Cord, I gotta tell you, Cord, that was like such perfect timing. I was starting to talk trash about how like if he doesn't come back in time for every like minute that he's gone, that's 10 XP, HP off of his total. And then if he's not back in time, he's just dead. He just comes back. I was like, hey, Cord, your character died of
my character's invulnerable. It's good.
It's I don't know. You know what? It's not Game Master versus player. It's not Game Master versus player, but it could be. That's all I'm saying.
He's gotten like extremely lucky in almost every single combat that we've encountered, including Red.
That's true. But welcome everyone to session 19. Session 19. I have the date wrong because I thought we were playing last week, but we didn't get a chance to play last week, so that's okay. It is the 10th of September, but it's been a couple weeks since we've been at it. It's been a couple of weeks. So we're going to go around the table. We're going to have everyone reintroduce themselves, and then I'm going to do... Actually, you know who's going to do it? Patrick. Light's fantastic. He's going to do a quick recap of everything that transpired during the last session or two prior to this one. You're welcome, Patrick, and thank you for the incoming resounding recap that I expect to hear from you. But yeah, let's go Lights, Finance, Cord, and Jasper. Introduce yourselves and your character, and then we'll dive right into some play.
Hey, I'm Lights. I'm apparently the recap czar. And yeah, I play the gnome Osmerding, who is coming into his own.
It's true.
Coming into his own.
Go ahead.
I'm Finance, also known as Bear, the not so legally ordained, that's the word.
That's the name. That's the word.
The not so legally ordained murder priest.
Murder priest. That's good.
That is now 50% more bugbear.
I think he's 100% more bugbear. Am I wrong?
He's 50% more bug, 50% more bear.
I don't.
He's 100% more bug, 50% more bear.
That's fair.
Okay.
I like that. Cord, fill us in, man. How the hell are you?
Cord the Destroyer. I am playing Dr. Desmond Darkvale Durden and his sidekick, Joffrey.
Give him the D.
Sidekick.
Sidekick.
Viewing your companion as something beneath you.
Hey, I made him, all right?
You know who gets front billing when it's my turn?
You know what? You're right. You know what? You're absolutely right. And I'm going to switch that. I'm going to switch that to Sumi /WEVE. It's Weave, WHEEVE. Isn't that right? Or W?
No, just WEAVE. No H.
All right. So you are Sumi /Weave. There it is. All right. That is updated on the overlay. It's been fixed. Continue.
Are you done, Cord? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, done.
I am playing as Sumi, the elemental panther, and her half-elf companion Weave.
Ah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am playing Darewolf, the game master, the spinner of tales, and the petting of this kitty that is in front of me right now. Her name is Luna, and she's crazy. But it's been a couple weeks, gentlemen, and I just want to start off by saying it's so nice to be back with you all here. I've missed playing with you, and what I've missed most are the resounding, reminiscent recaps of Light's Fantastic. Mm-hmm. So fill us in. How the hell are you?
Who has not done any recaps?
You're gonna you know what it is. He always does them before the session. He'll just launch into these long dissertations. And it was on the 4th day that our party did journey across the open plains of the environs of Sandpoint towards Magnima. It's beautiful, and I
And-
can't keep that to the party anymore. I want him to share it with everyone else.
So what Wolf is really doing is setting me up for failure. Is what he's really doing.
Yep, exactly.
Because
never.
I don't do that
Come
at
on.
all. All right. So as far as what we've been doing, Osmerding has obviously been the hero of this entire campaign.
Yep.
You know, he didn't get the girl, but that's just because the girl had eyes for another guy who was destined to die. And so, you know, at the beginning, you know, that was at the beginning, you know, Shayla's vendor, you know, you remember
I remember.
the hero who went down into the basement and was trying to get loved on, and Daddy found him.
Yep.
Anyway,
Daddy found him. That's so
you know,
accurate.
you know, his parents died. He got revenge on Pseudo, and then you know we discovered that there was a lady that was Asimar who decided she wanted to be
Going all the
cultist
way
of
back.
Lamash to
Light's fantastic.
yeah,
Light's fantastic. Hey, buddy.
yeah, yeah.
We didn't need the entire campaign. Just the
Oh,
last like
okay.
2 sessions.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Then you ever hear the reason why men do housework so poorly?
Why?
So they don't have to ever do it again.
Well played, sir. All right. With that being said, so our last couple sessions, what we did is we didn't listen to Light's Fantastic's amazing recaps. That was wonderful, man. You played me. I tried to play you. You spun it back on me, and I can only give you compliments and accolades
That's called
on that
a
one.
boomerang.
That was a
No
fantastic
reverse
boomerang. So in our
card.
last couple sessions, the heroes had traveled to Magnemar to really try to figure out who was behind these murders, who was really behind the transformation of their friend Foxglove into this horrific ghast. And they discovered that there was a cult, but of course there are multiple layers to these kinds of evils. It wasn't just the brother Seven, it was something beyond that. There was a woman apparently that was convincing him to do all these evil, horrible things and actually turn this cult into a real murderous sort of league inside the city of Magnemar. Turns out that woman, not so much a woman, more of a snake person, and she was also very powerful. And through a couple of really intense encounters, you did finally manage to bring her down. You finally managed to defeat her. Also found out that the mayor had apparently faked his death because he had found out that he was going to be potentially murdered by this cult. And he then had hired you all because of your wonderful, wonderful clearing out of this terrible cult, this wonderful, wonderful, just you guys did a great job. You look like true heroes, and he has a job for you that his simple guardsmen of Magmar can't really contain. They can't control. They can't really do anything about. So he had hired you all on and sent you off to Turtleback Ferry, which is very close, very, very close, actually, to the Ashwood. In fact, it's right next to the Ashwood, which, you guessed it, Sumi and her companion Weave, they're actually from that forest. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pivot you guys over to the overland map that is Varesia, because I want to just give you an idea of where you all had traveled to. So you began your journey down in the corner here, and you traveled along the river. You stopped in Wardle. You had a couple of really interesting adventures. You rescued some citizens. You did some like some charity work. You rebuilt a couple of homes that had fallen into disrepair. You actually
All right,
formed
stop
a couple
listing
of
what
unions.
Weave did.
You formed
Let's
a couple
see-
of unions
see what the
to help
rest of
the
the party
workers
did.
get better pay and better rights. And then after that, you continued along the river, and you actually came to Whistledown, which was actually currently being invaded by a whole horde of these giant flying insects that Dr. Durden was able to create this chemical concoction, basically like a magical bug spray, and it shot them all away. He saved the crops. He is now heralded as a hero of Whistledown, and is welcome there at any point in the future as really one of their champions of the city. They really didn't like cats in that city, so Sumi had to sleep outside of the city. It was a real shame. But they loved bugbears, and they also loved gnomes. It was a whole thing. So really a juxtaposition between what happened in Wordle with Weave forming the unions and the magical bug spray. But you continued on, and eventually you passed through Illusurin, and you stayed there for like half a night because it wasn't really passing the vibe check, so you just pressed on past it. They just seemed really like off. The music was really subpar, so you continued. And as you continued up, you eventually crossed over the river. You started skirting the Ashwood, and then you came to Turtleback Ferry. Now, Turtleback Ferry, to describe it to you, is, you know how there are magical villages and they're just like small towns. You think you're driving through like Southern America, and yeah, maybe run through these little small towns. There's like 200 people that live in them. It's like that, but there's only like 40 people that live in the town. It's really small. It's just a small little smattering of houses. Most people that live there are, woodsmen. It's just a little podunk place. Nothing crazy. A lot of seasonal workers that come up from Ilishurin, maybe from Wardle, Whistledown to work there. But the actual inhabitants themselves are just a small smattering of locals. But as we open our scene with a kind of overhead view of the Ashwood and the Sanos Forest, the Kriegwood, as well as the what's called the Stovall Deep. Now, if you were to travel north up the river, you would eventually come to a massive waterfall that is created by this huge sprawling dam that is known as Skull's Crossing. Now, this dam, no one really knows who created it. There are thoughts that apparently maybe in the past it was one of the Runelords or these ancient wizards, because folks think the Runelords might be fake news. We're not really sure. But if you look around here, you would see the only other main real interesting location is this fort known as Fort Rannick. And that's where the Rangers of the Ashwood, that's where they kind of situate themselves and they battle the Ogres of the Hook Mountain. Now, this area is known very, very well for the very, very large presence of ogres that come down from the mountains. They raid, they kill, they do horrible things. But we're actually going to zoom in on Turtleback Ferry itself, which, as I mentioned, is a small, kind of quaint little town, little village, you could really call it. And as you guys approach, the first thing that you would notice is that the town itself, even more so than a small village, and perhaps you've traveled through here once or twice, you notice that the town itself seems to be even more deserted than you remember past. You would move through the city, or the town as it were, and you would see some familiar faces. Everyone that's here, you may recognize one or two individuals, but they seem very tired, and they seem very, very suspicious of you all as you approach. You're approaching from the south, coming up around those kind of small outcroppings of buildings near the southern border. There's a couple of small fields off to the right-hand side, but they are giving you these very strange and very suspicious looks as you approach.
So this is going to be an out-of-character question first. Since I'm from the Ashwood, and I've probably been here, is the Order of the Black Arrows supposed to be in charge of the fort right now?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Then, in character, I imagine I would know that, unless you want me to roll for it.
No, you absolutely know that. There's certain
Okay.
things I think you would just know, and it was just
Okay.
convenient you were from this area. It was actually perfect. Almost
And-
like you knew it.
I would, as we're entering the city, I would look for potentially a member of the Order of the Black Arrows. Maybe if there's somebody in town that looks like, they have that
Absolutely.
authority or the insignia or whatever. the
Yeah,
Order of the
so
Black
you
Arrows.
look around, and it's interesting that you should ask about looking around, maybe finding some sort of signal. Right off the rip, there's like a little posting here, maybe where they do recruiting, or they just come, they have a presence in the city. It looks to have been abandoned for weeks. The little stall has kind of fallen into disrepair. There's a couple of little scribbles, some markings, maybe a little bit of graffiti on it, but it looks completely abandoned. And other than a few, again, townsfolk that quickly hurry towards some of the buildings, maybe their home, their shops, everyone's really avoiding you at this point. You all find yourselves now in really the center of the village, standing about, kind of, I guess, looking to see, like, hey, what the heck's going on? Why are these people all so scared? But I'd like to really open the scene here with all of you in the center of town. Everyone, again, shutting shutters, very Western, where like the new guys walk into town and everyone starts shutting their shutters and whispering to each other. But I'd like to open with you all in the center of town. The one other thing to note, and you would know this, Weave, the weather, there is a steady and slow fall of rain. It's not to the point of being like it's going to flood out in 2 seconds, but everything looks waterlogged. The roofs of buildings, the streets, the grass, even some of those fields to the south where they have, small crops, those look to be to the point of being so waterlogged they're likely to fail. But I'd like to leave you all a moment here around this kind of fountain in the center of the city. What do you discuss?
Now, we were told to come here to check up on the fort because they haven't gotten word in weeks, right?
Mhm.
And the fort is the one that is run by the Black Arrows.
They're normally, the people of Turtleback are normally friendlier. They're a courier city, so it makes sense that they're welcoming to outsiders. I've never seen them so guarded.
Given that the fort isn't in contact with Megamar, there might be something wrong, and that seems to be their only source of protection.
Yes, but we don't look like giants, do we?
Well, I don't.
I mean, I am a bugbear.
Would anyone be opposed to me calling out to someone?
Oh, we can go to the church. It's right there.
Yeah, that's probably the best bet.
I stride over to the church and knock way below the handles.
As you knock on the church door, you actually notice that there is a wooden board that has been placed across the front and has been hastily nailed shut. So the front door of a Church of Erastil appears to be nailed shut.
Okay, well then that sucks.
Does the blacksmith look open?
Yeah,
It does. It's actually one of the only places in town that actually appears to be actively working, and that's just to the right of the church. It is Iron Tooth's metal.
sure. Well, let's go over there.
I can speak their language.
Yeah, from inside the small little area, there's a little gated area where the forge is, the furnace, etc. You see a dwarven man who is kind of just like ting, ting, ting. Looks like he's making it actually looks like he's making a small wood cutting axe. Nothing of any great report. Doesn't even look to be masterwork or anything of that nature. Just a small little axe that he is hammering away at it.
All right. I'll like crouch into the door because I assume it's not up to code for bugbears, and kind of like kneel down so I'm sort of eye level with him.
Mhm.
And
Jesus Christ.
I'll give him a little toothy grin, and be like, what's happened in the town? It seems to be deserted.
I'm here, ain't deserted. Tink, tink. Lifts it up.
You know anything about the fort?
Fort's been overtaken by ogres.
Oh,
Tink, tink, tink.
okay then.
Well, what happened to the Black Arrows?
Dead, killed, I don't know.
He's a fountain of information.
I mean, he's given us exactly what we need to know.
Kind of really don't like these backwater towns.
Ugh.
Is there even like an inn here?
Is there any
There's bottoms up,
any
which is just next to the blacksmith.
was there any information we should know about these ogres that took over the fort?
He grunts.
Boring
Alright.
conversation anyway.
I'll pull out I'll pull out 2 gold pieces and slide them across the table to him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He'll take the 2 gold pieces, pocket
Hey.
them, and then finally look up from his work and actually give you the time of day. You know, it's not true what they say about your kind. You are intelligent.
I mean, I'm not my kind. Long story, but
Short
Not
story.
my
I don't
kind.
care. What do you want to know?
everything there is to know about these ogres that took over a fort.
It's the ogres of the Hook Mountain. They're led by a bigger ogre, who is led by probably a bigger ogre. They're horrible. They kill people, they steal cattle. Usually, at least as long as I've been here, the last 30 years, the Black Arrows have done a fine job of keeping them at bay. But roughly 2 months ago, this fucking rain started falling, and it hasn't stopped. And ever since then, the ogres seem to be... kind of bites his lower lip. Stronger. More fierce, as it were. I think something ain't right about this storm. Something ain't right.
Well,
Give me a
we're here to-
perception check on this guy really quick.
All right.
Bigger, stronger, faster, more adequate.
Well, we're here to look into it.
And he goes, well, if you don't return, I won't miss you. And he just kind of gives you a little tip of his, like, little salute. And as he does so, you notice his sleeve pull back, and there is a tattoo of a 7-pointed star, a Seedron symbol tattooed just under his wrist.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do a quick look up and down. Does he look like he's combat trained?
He does not.
All right, I'm gonna grab his wrist and be like, "What do you know about this symbol?"
Sure, what the fuck? Get your fucking mitts off me! It starts to struggle and pull back.
Talk like that again, and your arm's gonna be broken.
Yeah.
Gods!
You-
Gods!
You don't want to make him angry.
God! Let me go! And he grabs his axe that he was working on and goes to swing it at you. What's your AC?
Okay. 26.
Good luck with that, buddy. He misses. It just clinks off your armor and the axe head breaks because it wasn't it was just literally like a hunk of metal on the end. He hadn't put the actual handle on it, so the metal just bends and breaks and the axe just stops. He goes, "Let me go! Let me... How dare you!"
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not here to kill anyone. I want to. You're the only person I'm inclined to kill because this symbol of me is bad news, and I want to know why you have it.
I'm
But if-
starting to understand why all the villagers are hiding in their homes.
Marty, let me go! It was just a tattoo you got for going to the barge. Let me go! Just,
What?
the
Barge.
barge had sunk. It was a
What
gambling
barge?
barge. It sunk 2 weeks ago. Just let me go! He's
Where?
tries to.
Where 2 weeks ago?
He's gonna try and punch you in the face now.
I hit him in the nuts.
23. Still a miss.
I'll
He
intimidate
hits,
him.
but it does nothing. And then, he leans forward. Oh, why? Why would the child kick me in the balls?
Not
Oh,
a child. Not a
Why
child.
did you come here? I thought you said you were here to help. You've
Tell
done
us.
nothing but cause me pain.
Tell us about the barge.
And he will explain to you, through groans of pain and turmoil, that there was a barge run by a, you guessed it, beautiful red-headed woman. That was a gambling barge. It was a gambling barge.
I thought it was the
And-
Skull and Shackles woman for a second. I was like, what is she doing here?
Hilarious if it was, but no. It is a beautiful red-headed woman. A beautiful red-headed woman that she would allow everyone free entry to the barge if they got a member's tattoo. And that member's tattoo was this symbol. And he says most of the people in town got this tattoo. And I bet your next guest is, what was her name? Her name was Lucretia. Lucretia, which should ring a bell,
Was that on the letter?
which is the name on the letter of the sister of the Lamia matriarch that you killed in Magnamar. So now you have a connection. You have a connection. And
I'm gonna
you've
detect-
also picked up that the symbol is being drawn onto or carved into those that show greed. What is gambling? Greed at its finest. You can start to put two
They're
and two
marking
together.
them as sacrifices.
Bingo.
I'm gonna let his arm go and pat him on the shoulders. Well, you fucked up.
He spits
You're a-
in your
you're a
face.
target. You really want to do that?
He does. He's
Oh.
like, fuck you! Get out of my
All right.
blacksmithery!
I'll give him one good punch to the face.
Oh, okay. Well,
Non-lethal.
while you're here, you cannot buy or forge any new items.
I could do
at
that
the
myself.
blacksmith. So that's a thing. You knock him dead out. You just knock him out, and he drops to the ground unconscious. You guys are not the heroes. I hope you know that. Like, Bear's not a hero.
Whoa.
Bear's not a hero. Fumi and Weave, probably heroes. Osmeriting, borderline. Dr. Durden might be a murderer, but still a good guy.
I'm gonna wake him up. I'll stick around till he wakes up, and then I'll say, I got a gold coin, and say, and I just drop it on his forehead. Sorry about the mess.
That's the non-lethal, by the way.
Get out of my blacksmith. Ugh. Ow. He's got a big welt
right.
where Bear punched him.
Yeah, you don't want to spin people's faces that are like 4 times your size.
You're a bad person.
He spin my face. Like
You assaulted him. You literally walked into his shop, started asking questions, and then assaulted a man after he was like, maybe he's a little nervous because there's been some people dying in the area. The Black Arrows disappeared. The Ogres, maybe he's not having a good day. You came in and just you literally assaulted that man.
Once everyone else leaves, I'm gonna head in and I'm gonna use cure light wounds on the guy and heal anything that's happened to them.
You know what?
He allows
You'll
me.
say, for an elf. Actually, all the elves I've known have been pretty cool. You seem nice. Wait. Do what? And he looks at you. Kind of squints his eyes. And he looks at Sumi. Weave? Is that you?
I'm surprised you know my name, considering I don't often frequent blacksmiths.
You would
Metal and
recognize this dwarf as Danglin. Daglan. Danglin. And he rubs his cheek, which was starting to swell, and as the magic of your cure spell, this leafy green energy, if you've described it, just flows into his face, really just healing him up. You would see him again look just more surprised to see you, but a softening of his expression. And he says, last I'd heard, you'd left here, traveled west, I believe it was.
Yes, I was hunting ghosts in Sandpoint, and I found some.
And those ghosts have led you back to here?
So it would seem. I have some companions. They're not the nicest to be around, but they're strong enough, and they might help us somehow. I hope.
Things are grim here. I'm sorry if I was rude to your friend, but he also assaulted
No, they
me.
deserve it. They're not my friends.
Key distinction. Things have been grim here. It was all fine and dandy. There was partying and good times, and the barge was really a place of relaxation, enjoyment. But ever since it burned and sunk into the lake, and this rainstorm that doesn't stop. I've seen a majority of the people, a few that actually live here, leave town out of fear of the dam bursting. But he shrugs. No one's dared to travel up towards the dam, as the ogres have been patrolling terribly. Not to mention their ogrekin, those little half-bastards that they sire with, what's her name, Groll something, the Grolls of the forest. And you would actually know this. There is this family of ogrekin that lives really across the river, and they act as kind of a buffer to the ogres of the Hook Mountain, and they live in the Kriegwood. They're called the Kriegs, is what they are, and there's a pretty large family, and you would know, Weave, that they actually have a kind of old barn farmstead kind of location that they took over years ago, and they mostly keep to themselves, but as Danglin starts to explain to you the situation, they've even started to press over and attack anyone that gets even close to the river. So it's not good. It's not good right now.
I don't think we'll be able to completely wipe out the ogres. I know the Black Arrows have been trying for decades, but we might be able to at least get them off Turtleback's back, as it were.
And he smiles at that. Not the first time I've heard that one.
Yes, people seem quite guarded here.
People are scared, Weave.
Yeah.
People are scared of losing what little they have. If that dam does break, if the water does flood down into Turtleback, The city, the village, won't survive.
Hmm. Well, take care of yourself. I know it wasn't much, but I hope that you feel slightly better.
Well, I'm all right. Not the first tussle I've gotten into. You know, my sunny disposition and all.
Of course.
Good luck. And, survive.
Thank you.
And as you go to turn to leave, you see him kind of look at his little smithy, and you see him go to grab the broken axe and then stop, look around, shake his head, and then head inside. And you get the impression that maybe even he is giving up hope. Maybe even he is planning to potentially pack up and leave. But you are able to return to the rest of your party, who is still milling about in the rain, as it were. I believe Osmerding traveled off down to
Into the
the
parlor.
parlor, which is a small little like drinking place, as it were, little bar. And I'd like to actually pivot over to you, Osmerding. As you walk in, there are 3 people inside: the bartender, a waitress, and a man wearing a big hat. Looks like a wizard, but he doesn't have a beard.
I'm going
Any
to the guy with
feathers?
the big hat.
No feathers. Yeah.
Okay.
And you see, as you get close to him, there is a very neat line of shot glasses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty. 6, 7, 8, 9 are full. And he is staring at number 6 right now. He's just staring at it. And he looks very contemplative, like he's maybe even having like an intense mental conversation with that shot glass.
I'll kind of get up to the bar and figure out a way to get up onto get attention at stand up on something.
Fish right. Yeah.
Look at that. It's not going to drink itself there, guy.
And he's going to reach down towards it, and his hands are shaking. And you would see, as he does so, you would see that little tattoo on his wrist as well. And then he's going to take that shot glass, hands shaking. It kind of spills a little bit. And he brings it up to his lips and then knocks it back. And then carefully, although his hands are shaking, sets it right back. And then continues the same kind of like staring contest with number 7 in front of him. The bartender approaches you, though. Welcome to the parlor. What can I get for you?
Get me an ale in a human night container.
Coming right up.
And
Goes under.
give him a silver.
You hear him like tap into an unopened keg. Like you're the first customer that's asked for this today. And you hear him. You hear the. I don't know if that's the sound of like a drink filling, but
I'm like in the onomatopoeia.
yeah,
You're nailing
I'm
it.
trying it here. You hear the drink filling, and he takes it and sets it in front of you. 2 copper.
I put a silver on the table.
Mighty generous, sir.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, him? He was a ranger, one of the Black Arrows. Came back to town about a week ago, and he's been sitting there drinking ever since.
Give him another of what he's wanting. Slide another silver over.
As much as I would very much like to take that silver, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. He's quickly about to drink himself into a coma. Or perhaps even worse, death.
What's his name?
He looks over at Dr. Durden, and there's no expression of fear or even surprise. You know, he just looks at you. His name? Well, his name is... And he goes to say it, but it, like, comes out as a croak. It kind of shakes his head, like, why did that happen? And then he goes to say it again, comes out as a croak again. And then he says, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Hmm.
Schmitty Jaegerman Jensen. He was number 1.
I'll ask the guy again. I'll ask the ranger. So, hey, friend, how you doing?
What is? He reaches down to number 7, brings it slowly up to his lips, again shaking, knocks it back, then sets it down.
I don't know what to do with this guy. I look at Dr. Durden and say, you got any one of your cures? Your purgatives, maybe?
I mean, what? Maybe he just wants to sleep, but
If you got something that make him throw up all that drinking, maybe
Yeah.
he'll get a clear head.
no,
Do you have
I
alchemist here?
hold on. Hold on 1 second.
I'm willing to wait. Not long, but I'm willing to wait.
Sorry, somebody's asking me a question here. I have, let me see, inventory. I have my alchemist kindness. I have 8 of them. It eliminates hangovers. I don't know if that would work.
Ooh.
I don't know if he has a hangover. Maybe if somebody wants to, cast detect magic, or maybe, do a heal check on him. There's some options.
My cantrips. No, I don't have. Yeah, I do have detect magic. I detect magic.
I'll do I'll do a heal check to check him out.
Yeah.
I'm
So as you
great
get
at these.
closer, you would realize that he's actually not that old. The man himself, he has this kind of like reddish hair. You can see that he's got some scars on his face. It could be from either like sharp branches or could have been a claw at some point. They look to have healed up, but not through magical healing. Magical healing creates kind of a perfect scar. These look to have healed over time. So maybe a little bit more jagged, a little more pop marked. And there is this kind of like, I've seen some shit look in his face. His eyes are very wide, almost glassy. He's staring at the next drink, but he's really staring through it. And the hat that he wears, when you get close enough to kind of lean down and look at him, you can see those scars on his face, but you also see that there is just a small kind of trickle of blood from his brow. Just an ever so slight small trickle. Like the hat is maybe covering up an additional wound.
What about detect magic?
Detect magic. You're actually not picking up any magic on him other than his ring that he wears on his left hand. He wears what looks to be a wedding band on his left hand, and there is a ring that is emanating a little bit of magic.
That's a +2 to AC if you got it done this week.
I think we need weave in here to maybe.
I'm finishing up my conversation. If you want to go and grab me, you can.
Dr. Dirk, can you keep an eye on him?
As you say, can you keep an eye on him? He shoots up, knocking over the 3 remaining shots in front of him, and he screams, "Heavy footfalls! Heavy footfalls in the night!" And then he dives under the table and starts muttering to himself again, heavy footfalls in the night. Rain won't stop, rain won't stop, rain won't stop. And he just starts freaking out and panicking, and then like trying to create a little fort with the chairs underneath the table. The one waitress that was in there rushes over to try and calm him. The bartender just shakes his head, looks to Osmeriting, and asks if he'd like another, even though he's barely through his first.
Do I hear him scream?
You do. And I think that's a great transition back to Weave and Bear and Sumi out by the fountain.
We've, assuming that somebody else has been assaulted by a party member, will run over to assess the damage.
I'll go over it also and see what's going on.
Beautiful. You guys walk inside to see the scene as I've described it. As I've described it to you, you see this man panicking under the table, screaming about these heavy footfalls in the night. The rain, it won't stop. Heavy footfalls in the night. Heavy footfalls in the night, just panicking about things.
I'll walk over to him and attempt to cast a spell.
Okay.
It is Calm Emotions.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you want me to do a melee attack to see if I actually
No. He is crouched over in the fetal position. He's not trying to lash out at the perceived danger. He's trying to hide from it. And as you touch him, he doesn't even respond to it. He just continues to mutter to himself. But as you cast the spell, you feel this. It almost feels foreign to you, Bear, because you're such a violent person. But you feel this kind of calming tingle come down through your arm. And as you touch his shoulder, you can feel that pass from your arm to him. And there's this soft kind of, almost like a you know those tones you can hit. It's like boom, boom,
Yeah.
kind of noises, like the calming monk tones or whatever. I guess they're supposed to send you to your chi. I don't know. I'm not a
gone?
Buddhist, but anyway, I digress. But you feel this, and then he stops the muttering. He stops shaking, and he very slowly starts to kind of try to get up. And that glassy look in his eyes is mostly gone. And he says, "The dead, all of them, they're all dead. I don't know how they got in. I don't know how they got in. Why? How did they get in? How did they know? How?
What's your name?
They've never attacked like that. They've never attacked. They're all dead. We've got to run. We've all got to run. We've got to get out of here."
If we run, there's gonna be more dead. We're here to help stop the invasion.
They're dead. They're all dead.
Yeah, the dead usually are all dead.
So I rolled a heal check there. I rolled quite a bit higher than
He's
Dr.
suffering
Durden.
from very intense PTSD from something terrible. It's all psychosomatic.
You said he was bleeding.
Oh yes, so you're rolling for that. Okay, yeah, he has a cut on his brow. It seems it's like there's a claw mark that runs from left to right down, and then there's a single gash across his brow that doesn't appear to have healed naturally. There's like a very, very thin scab over it, and just every time maybe he like squinches or crunches his face and like moves and speaks, it kind of like bleeds just a little bit. There's something unnatural about that wound.
Can I I'd
I'm
like
gonna
to
cast Cure Light Wounds and take his hat off as well.
Give me a caster level check. He doesn't resist you taking his hat off.
That's not part of it. Cast roll.
22. All right, so you go to cast your healing, and as you cast this healing magic, you feel the green kind of energy, almost like little vines that kind of come out and stitch together the wound. As they strike that wound, they seem to sizzle and burn, and you actually heal nothing. It seems this wound may be cursed. This wound may be affected by some kind of magic.
First, you say.
Yep. It is a
Do I also take his hat off successfully?
Yeah, he doesn't resist it. He lets you take it right off.
Okay.
Funny enough, I have as one of my normal spells prepared remove curse. Because I hate bestow.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea to remove that curse on this guy.
It seems like he's cursed. My magic doesn't heal him.
I'll see that and then attempt to cast remove curse on
Yep,
him.
absolutely.
I need to make an opposed caster level check, I think.
Yep.
Oh no, it's the D. I have to roll a cast level against the DC.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Yep.
All right. Oh, has it been a week, by the way, since we left Magnamar?
It was like a month for you to travel here. You had all those wacky side adventures, forming
okay.
unions,
I
creating
don't have
magical
any-
bug spray. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
So I don't have.
I had to
energy
bury
anymore.
so many people.
So many bodies. You buried so many bodies.
You know what? I'm gonna spend my hero point. Wait, we have 2, right? Or
You
1?
should have 3.
We got two from leveling up. Like he gave us 2.
Yeah. So if you're down to 0, then you have 2. If you're at 1, then you have 3.
All right. So here's
You're
my
at 3,
hero
you're
point
still at
reroll.
3.
If you have 3, you're still at 3.
Okay, I assume that doesn't dispel the curse.
20? So, you know what? You spent a hero point. It still doesn't succeed, though, so you wasted that hero point.
Oof.
Sick burn, Wolf. Sick burn. You all missed it. Jasper showed up to the Zoom call in full pirate regalia based on our joke from like 4 sessions ago about starting Skull and Shackles, Rise of the Shackles. And he's like, wait, I thought we were playing Skull and Shackles. I lost my shit. Absolutely lost my shit. And I gotta give him props. Absolutely. He's got 10 XP. More than everyone else, just for being hilarious. Your commitment to a bit. Fantastic. But anyway, back to the story at hand.
Can I give my Skull and Shackles hero point to Bear so that he can
give him another +4?
This,
you know what?
That +4.
You know what? It's gonna piss off Cord, but I'm gonna say yes. I was
just gonna try to use diplomacy on him.
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? You managed to remove the curse, and as you do so, there is a red, blood red symbol of, you guessed it, the Sahedron rune that appears over the wound, fizzles, evaporates, and then Weave, you watch as the magic that is still kind of like flowing from your hand, it actually seals up the wound on his head, and as it happens, he reaches up touching it, and unless anyone stops him, crawls out from under the table he was hiding under.
I'm gonna help now.
And he looks like that glassy-eyed kind of expression. That confused expression on his face is gone, and he looks like he's just woken up from a deep sleep, or just woken up out of a daze. And he goes, "What? This is Turtleback."
Yeah. You were having you're in a mood
It's
for
been
this,
50 years.
All right, we don't need to do that.
Just gaslight the poor guy.
You've been through a lot, I can tell.
What? No. He touches his head and fort. I was at the fort. The woman with red hair, she
Look, yeah, we're here for her.
she convinced
This campaign's really giving Gingers a bad name.
she convinced the what was it? She convinced the commander to let her in. And it was her that opened the gates to the fort and allowed the ogres of the Hoot Mountain in. Oh gods, they're all dead. One of them are dead. And he sits down, not in fear, not in like panic, but in a stark and horrific realization that everyone he knew, all of his friends, all of his allies, they're dead. And he will explain to you how Fort Rannoch was sacked by the ogres of the Hook Mountain, known as the Kriegs. They are known as the Kriegs of Hook Mountain. And the ogres slew some 50 rangers inside the fort. They attacked at night, and under the cover of darkness were able to get the drop on the rangers and kill all of them, unfortunately. And he doesn't know what to do.
Well, if it's any consolation, we can. I don't know if I can speak for everyone else, but I'll be willing to help you put this to an end. Like help you with the ogres.
He has
another wide-eyed. Please go ahead, Lights. I'm sorry.
Is there any way you can help us get into the fort? Anything that
Grolls.
They don't know?
Wait, I remember something. It was myself and 3 others. We managed to get out of the fort during the attack. We ran like cowards. We should have stayed. We should have fought, but we ran. We ran because the fort was doomed. I think they may still be alive. I think Vale and Craven, and I think they may still be alive, and Jackadoros, he may still be alive. And that name, Jackadoros, for some reason rings a bell to Osmerding. And there was a moment back in Sandpoint, Osmerding, where you were having a drink with Shalelu, like she was like humoring you, and you guys got to chatting, and she mentioned that she has a father that lives somewhere to the east. And she said his name was, you guessed it, Chekadoros. So it could be a coincidence. Could be her
It's
dad.
such a specific name, though.
That's such a specific name, though. It's like, is
It's
it
not like
maybe?
Smith.
Yeah. It's not like, and his name is Bob Smith.
Damn.
Bob Human Son, as it were. No. But he mentions that they were attacked by the Ogrekin, the Grolls, and that there's a chance that those three may still be alive. He is weaponless right now, but mentions that he would want to come with you if you would have him. He may be able to lead you to the Grolls, and if we can rescue Chekadoros, Vale, and Caven Windstrike, then perhaps you could mount some sort of retaliation against the Ogres.
Did he say what his name was, by the way?
Yeah, his name is Patal. Pital. Patal.
What are you trained in?
He mentions he's trained with a bow.
Ah, perfect. That bow I've been holding on to since the beginning of the AEP.
Oh,
I have a longbow composite too as well that I carry on my back that I never shoot.
he would very much appreciate an opportunity to use that. If you have any extra armor or anything that he could wear. He lost everything. And he doesn't know what happened to it. He thinks the Grolls may have maybe taken it off of him. And he does mention that he vaguely remembers that there was and he describes it as a morbidly obese ogrekin that everyone called Mama, and she was the one that did this cursed wound to his brow.
With a weapon of some sort.
No, it was magic. As though they were marking me for something. I don't know.
A magic weapon or just a spell?
It was a spell. I believe it was a spell.
I'm going to give him a +1 adaptive longbow.
Won't say no to that. This is one of those scenes like in a JRPG where it's like, Patal, let's join the party. There you go.
Would you mind going out to like the middle map
I
where we can
would
see the surrounding
absolutely be happy to do that for you, my friend.
So there's the giants, and then there's are there giants involved? Was that mentioned?
Ogres are giants, so yes.
Yes.
But these are like.
Are you talking like hill giants, etc.?
Yeah.
So there is apparently one giant who lives in these regions. It's a hill giant. He's actually pretty chill, all things considered.
A chill giant, if you will.
He keeps to himself. He keeps to himself. He does keep to himself, and doesn't really bother anybody. He's got a small area inside the Kriegwood that he calls home. The Kriegs avoid him. He avoids the Kriegs. And all things considered, he's a pretty cool guy. His name is Rasmus. Rasmus.
That's a killer name, though probably not for a giant.
Could we fly with him?
I don't want to get an innocent guy involved. So is Fort Rannoch defending against the Kriegwood Ogres, or was it defending against something else?
It was defending against the Kriegwood and the Hook Mountain Ogres, so the Ogres of the Kriegwood. It was there to keep them at bay from attacking Turtleback and traveling south into the Ashwood and beyond. It is it is a defensive fort that was there to harry them and to keep them contained inside the mountains.
So the three guys that might have lived,
yes,
right? They're at Fort Rannoch?
No, they are somewhere in the Kriegwood, likely being contained, if still alive, by the Grolls, which are the Ogrekin of the Kriegs. So the half-breeds. Does that make sense?
Okay. So the Grolls are in the Kriegwood guarding the three guys, probably.
Probably.
Are the Krieg Ogres still in Fort Rannoch?
As far as he knows, yes.
Okay. So fight the Halfkins to free the three guys, take the three guys up to Fort Rannoch, reclaim Fort Rannoch.
That
is kind of
a great plan if it works.
The game plan.
That all depends on the condition of the people when we rescue them.
Okay. I'm just trying to get like maybe that's the intended route. What we do is completely, that might be something completely different.
There's also the
But
fact of that
I
the
think that
Skulls
seems to be
Crossing-
the intended
Yeah. Also, Skulls Crossing might be at risk of
breaking.
which would flood the entire
Yes.
region. There is thought to be some sort of release valve up there that if you could release the water maybe a little bit slower or a little bit quicker versus letting the dam burst. So you might want to go check that out to keep the city from drowning. I mean, there's a lot of options here.
All right. Thank you for the overview. I now understand
Yeah.
the situation.
No,
better.
absolutely. I'm glad that you were asked. That's wonderful.
So do you think it's more imperative that we go and deal with the dam's potential break or deal with the Creekwood Ogres' definite actions in the future?
This is gonna be like a weird. There's gonna be like a weird DM question. Is there a way that I can determine the cause of the rain? The rain, it seems like it's unending.
You know what?
And magic.
You know what? Give me a spellcraft check with a
All right.
detect magic.
I have detect magic. I assume I'm rolling it. This is my spellcraft.
Yeah.
24.
So you know what? You start to look at the rain clouds above. Now it's not like black thunderheads. It's this kind of gray, dreary, overcast kind of thing in a slow moving cloud. So it's not a very windy. It's just the rain is just falling straight down. It's not coming down in sheets. But as you look up into the clouds, the rain itself, normal. You get up about 30 feet with the vision allowed, and you start to see these little spindles that look like spider webs of this really kind of demented and darkened divine magic. It's evil. There's some sort of evil presence that appears to be causing this rain. And as you really start to analyze the different like symbols and the threads of this magic, you think it might
I'm feeling out the ley lines,
You're
trying to
feeling out
feel
the
which
ley
way
lines.
it's flowing from.
Yeah, it seems to be flowing from the Hook Mountain up towards the northwest. And this reminds you of a coven magic. Yeah.
Yes.
Damn
Yeah.
witches.
It might be witches of some sort. Witches.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, for
Yeah.
starters, the rain's not natural. It seems to be emanating from Hook Mountain itself. It feels like coven magic.
So does that mean
As
that
long
we
as
should-
they're there, it will keep raining, and the dam will eventually burst.
It's true. It's
So
true.
if we deal with that first, we don't have to worry about the dam?
I mean, yeah.
We
If
have-
you wanted to make a beeline towards where this magic is coming from, you could do that.
I think we need to get the Rangers first.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
definitely-
we're supposed to be getting paid to take care of the Rangers, right? Take this fort back.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yep.
But now we're talking about killing witches and Kriegs, whatever the fuck they are.
If the
And,
dam blows, the entire valley floods. I think the fort might even be caught in it if it goes.
You think they're going to pay us to take care of this dam?
I'm saying if the fort's gone, we probably won't get paid if that's all you care about.
I mean, and Patal actually pipes in. He goes, "Look, I don't want to sound like I'm being self-serving or selfish here, but if there's any chance that my friends, my comrades are alive, I think it would be best to rescue them first, and then we could all move. Or," and he has a thought, and he kind of thinks for a moment, "I could always scout the dam and see perhaps what's going on there, and then rendezvous with you back in Turtleback."
I don't know.
Your ability to lead us to the Krieg's halfling whatever hideout would be invaluable. I do think saving the time-sensitive lives are important, but instead of immediately retaking the fort, we should the second we save your allies, go to the dam and at least relieve some of the pressure so the entire valley is not flooded.
Yeah.
That's my personal take. I'm sorry that I didn't factor in the gold that we might get for doing it.
I'm fine with that.
The
course
voice of
action.
reason in the group. The voice of reason. Beautiful.
I mean, saving people's fun and all, but all right. All right, yeah, you're right.
I play such an evil character in my Friday games, and then I play such a good character in my Saturday
That's
games.
wonderful.
And it's so funny.
That is so wonderful.
Okay, Mom, we'll go do your thing.
Okay,
first.
Mom, we'll go rescue the people. Jeez. Oh my
I mean-
god. It's funny.
I fully agree with your plan. For once. Patal,
By some strange twist of fate.
see if we should probably wait until tomorrow, just so we can be prepared.
I would rather not wait, personally.
He agrees.
We're
He
already
looks to
putting
leave,
off
and
the
he says,
dam.
we should not wait. If we wait too long, they could be dead. They may already be dead, but every second matters here.
All right,
All right.
Yeah.
you should go see if the blacksmith can give you anything last minute.
He looks
sure I'll
down
help
at
you
his clothing and lack of armor, and he says, if everything goes well, then I shouldn't need armor. And if it goes poorly, then we've already died.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just get you some leathers or something from this guy. I mean,
He'll nod. He'll head off to the armor, or to the blacksmith, and roll me a D100. You want to roll low.
who's that? Me?
Yeah, you, Court. You.
All right, D100.
You.
Roll one. Roll
100.
You know what? You know what?
That's at the lower end there.
You know what? The blacksmith, he has a conversation with the blacksmith off screen, convinces him not to leave and that they're going to save the city. And then the blacksmith, for thanking him for not leaving, gives him a chain shirt. There you go.
All right. Maybe he won't die.
Maybe. We'll see. He's
Oh,
he's a level 6 ranger, so he's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I did give him 40 arrows because that's all I had.
Hey, he'll take it. He'll absolutely take it. So we watch as the party exits out from Turtleback Ferry, heads up towards the bridge, and following Patal, he leads you into the woods of the Kriegwood, as it were, of the Kriegwood. And as you are traveling through the woods of the Kriegwood, you kind of get the impression like he is maybe struggling with where you're supposed to be. He seems to, like, he turns left and turns right and goes, wait, that's not right. No, that's not it. No, maybe was it this direction? And he just seems to be still struggling with, like, remembering things. The effects, maybe a little bit of an after effect of that curse spell that he was under. That curse spell.
I'm going to, while we're wandering around the woods here, I'm going to cast Hide from Animals on everyone.
Ooh,
We're all hidden from animals.
I like it. I like it. So you're
Can
all
I,
hidden from animals.
Can I I know I forgot before, but could I have bought diamond dust when we were in town?
In Magnamar, yes.
Magnamar,
Here,
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Like 1,000 gold pieces worth? Is that
Oh
doable?
yeah, in Magnamar,
Okay.
there's literally a guy with like a little stall on the corner of every street being like, diamond dust, get your diamond dust here. You bring them in, we grind it up. And it's just a whole thing. The Magnamar diamond
Okay.
dust centurion, as it were.
I'm gonna add 1,000
Emporium.
GP worth.
Done. Donezo.
I like to
You
add
don't
a
want to know
little
about
bit
the
to my
embezzlement.
booze.
The embezzlement. So much
The embezzlement at the Diamond Dust Emporium.
But
Oh,
as you
Jesus.
are making your way in, what's interesting is that normally you're supposed to get surprised here. But as you are making your way into the woods, I'm going to have everyone roll perception checks. Because you're going to hear something, perhaps. It's not a very high DC. But you're going to hear something. 31. Bear, you hear it. You hear some barking. Just inside the tree line. Just inside the tree line.
You bet you guys feel like thinking a little druid, don't you?
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, I'm a wisdom caster.
Dang. Meridian's
And-
lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that all? You couldn't even get a 30? Come on, Patrick.
Can't even see through walls. What are you doing?
And you would hear this voice. He says, "Hey, oi, big puppy, don't, wait, We're gonna find you, Foxy. We're gonna find him good. We're gonna get him, and we're gonna pop him on the head. Yes, we're gonna pop him on the bitter head. We're gonna pop in and pop in and a beep and a boop and a boop and a beep and a boop and a pop and a beep 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 pop. And you hear that. You hear roughly 5 dogs, maybe 5 to 6 dogs,
Was that in
barking
common?
at each other. That is in
Yeah, what
that is in
language is that?
Giant.
Oh,
Do I have that language? I picked up a language.
I
Yeah.
did not. I
It
did not know
was.
I have giant.
Not a bad one to have when you're fighting.
I have
You
giant
guessed
because
it,
of my ring,
giants.
so that's good.
Good. It's good.
Um,
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't understand, I'll tell them a giant
Yeah.
is ahead.
And we're gonna move
I
you
watch
guys.
knowing what they said.
Like, okay.
I will
As-
paraphrase.
As Beryl like does the little dance as well, and it's like you didn't. Need
Well,
to
we
do
don't
this.
see the dance. We infer they danced.
We infer that.
We all
And,
have varying ideas of how giants dance.
And let's see here.
Ogre hunting party.
And Patal, who is just a little ways in front of you, slips a little lower, draws the bow from his back, knocks an arrow, and he says, "That's one of them. That's one of the Grolls. I recognize his voice. Don't know what his name was, but he hunts the forest looking for wayward travelers or hunters or axemen, as it were. Ruckus Scroll, I think is his name.
Would I be able to cast a spell?
You know what? You can do whatever your little heart desires.
Alright. I will cast Divine Favor on myself.
All right.
I don't have Divine Favor
We
as a
are
spell.
going to move you guys over to
There's-
the impending battle map. The impending battle map, as it were. So you guys are down near the bottom. There's a fallen tree, and just beyond the forests, really where it starts to thicken, you can see this group of 6 dogs, and there is a really horrific looking ogre that has like, he doesn't really have an arm, or he has an arm, but instead of being a full arm, it's like just a single finger on it. It's pretty disgusting looking, as it were, and he appears to be urging these dogs on, which all look to be angry and mad. And it is now that you realize why they are angry and why they are mad, because you see that they have all cornered a cougar, and the cougar appears to be trapped in a little snare, as it were, and it is hissing and snarling at the dogs, who are all nipping at its heels.
Can I attempt?
What?
To-
Wait, let me
wait,
finish
wait.
my description.
Okay.
I got you. You're going to get a chance. But it is Patal who mentions, he says, "Is that Kib? That's Kib. That's his animal companion. Gods, maybe they're still alive. Jacaderos, he could be still alive. We have to rescue him. We have to move in now." But go ahead, Bear. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, could I do a charge?
You know what? If you want to initiate combat in Bear style, yes. I believe Meriting was about to say something, though.
No.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, hey, you leave that lady alone.
Out of just as a note, we have hide from animals right now. None of the dogs can see any of us. It's just the guy that can see us. Once any of us attack anything, it breaks for all of us.
Oh well,
So
sorry.
Then
that's
let's-
fine. I'm just saying. I just want it to be known that that's how the spell works. So you can run right now. You can even like provoke this attack of opportunity from the dogs. They won't see you at all, and you can run straight to this guy and try and kill him. But the second you attack him, all the dogs will be able to see you and us.
Alright.
Also, we've totally would have noped out of this fight, but there has to be this panther here, and Weave's like, "Oh, cat," or the cougar, I should say. Cat, gotta save cat.
Alright.
do we
Uh,
do you have a plan?
That bear's charging, man. That's
Kill them.
That's
the
his
plan.
character.
I like as I like take the charge, like as I like get down to start the charge, like I start like blink a little bit and then and just burst forward.
I love it. I
The
love it.
boot-
Let's
the
go ahead and roll
booties.
initiative, everyone. I'm gonna drop
Alright.
us into a little bit of combat music. We are gonna get wild.
Make sure to click token before roll initiative. This is daily warning.
This is daily reminder to click token before roll initiative.
Nice.
Gee,
So the-
man, can't you roll higher?
So the panther
Better-
doesn't see me either, right?
Can't even get a
No.
30.
Panther doesn't see you either.
Panther's super focused on the dogs barking at it.
Okay.
Panther wouldn't see you anyways. Hide from animals is actually insane. Like they can't even perceive you at all. It's not like invisibility. It's like literally it's impossible
You
for them to
don't
even
exist.
conceptualize you. Yeah.
Hey, Weave, you see this on the ground over here? I don't, it looks like shit, but it doesn't smell like shit.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Guys, there's a book in on the ground over there.
I imagine Sumi's like looking down at her paws, like, but she can't see them because she's hidden from animals.
Yeah,
so
she's
she's just
confused.
like, "What's going on?"
Meow.
She has an existential crisis.
Meow.
Is she real?
Meow, am I real? She looks up to you. Am I real, or is this just a fantasy TTRPG? Anyway, alright, so we are gonna go with the surprise round of good old Bear charging forward. Can you get to him?
I am exactly 80 feet.
Well,
Now,
you know what?
Is the
You
web-
can give me an acrobatics check to leap over the kitty cat. Look for a DC 15.
15.
If you fail,
say.
you're gonna trip over it. It's not gonna perceive you doing that though.
All right, I had a 55 or 50% chance of this.
I love it.
All right. Now if I spend a hero point before I do it,
Plus
is there
8.
a bonus?
The +8.
You know what? Sure.
God, yes. Spend your hero point on a random acrobatics check,
I
please.
passed anyways.
You did pass anyways, but thank you for that hero point. I appreciate you. You're down to
Nom
1.
nom 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 nom. Delicioso.
Delicioso hero point goes, as it were.
All right.
So you charge, leaping over the cat. The half ogre who is wielding this spear in one hand shrieks, "Ah! No, bugbear! We friends! We friends!" He screams. And
Alright.
apparently you're not friends.
All right. So I'm gonna attack him. Ignore the second attack on this. +2 to the roll.
Okay.
So, if I hit, I'm going to cast a swift action spell.
You do hit
All right. I'm casting Forceful Strike.
for an insane amount of damage.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Okay.
I'm casting a 4th level spell in this bad boy.
Well, it's about to be bad for him.
So when I hit, I can basically get to do an extra D4 per caster level of force damage to him,
That's great.
and he needs to make a Fortitude save or get knocked back
Okay.
as per Bull Rush.
Does an 18 do it?
Actually no.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, no, that does pass.
All
Never
right. I
mind.
don't know.
So he's only going to take half of this
Mhm.
damage. Nope, that is not. So he takes 9 force damage on top of the attack.
He takes how much?
9 force damage and then the attack.
That's terrible for him. He's not happy. He starts crying and starts to scream. And he starts saying, no fair, ow, no fair, get him, no-goats, get him. He's screaming for his dogs to attack you, who can now see you. They can now see you. Yep. And we are actually
How
going
the
to
fuck
go.
you get over there?
We are actually going to go to top of the round. Because he just ran off. And let's see. I'm going to make sure he's in the initiative. All right. Okay. So Rikus is going to 5 foot back. And he's going to try to stab you with his spear. And you are Bugbear. So he doesn't get a bonus on that. But he does have
Stonks.
bonus. Yeah, he is. He's going to do this. 22 is a miss. He's
Oh,
going
that barely missed.
He's going to swing again. With his second attack, which is slightly worse. 14 is a miss. So both of those will clink off of your armor. Weave, you're up next.
I'm going to run, hop, and in midair transform into a squirrel that jumps inside Sumi's saddlebags.
Amazing. I like the squirrel. That's good.
That's my turn.
Doggo is going to move in and is going to attempt to Bito. 18 is a miss. Kib continues to gnaw at the snare that it finds itself in, and does not manage to gnaw through it, unfortunately. This dog here is just going to try to bite. 21 is a miss. This dog here charges. 12 is a miss. This dog here charges. 17 is a miss. Patal is going to stay where he's at and is going to use Rapid Shot to shoot at one of the dogs, actually. He's going to try to get the dogs off you. Yeah. So he's going to take a couple pot shots. 10 is a miss. Wow, Patal. 9 is a crit miss.
All right.
22 does not confirm. 2 arrows just go wide. And he, like, shakes his hand. He's, like shaking off the rust, as it were. Osmeridan, you're up next.
Has no one ever used this bow? It doesn't have any give to it.
Yes, not been broken in.
So Osmeridan uses his extra 5 feet speed during the first round and moves 50 feet forward.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And
Chuck a knife at the snare.
Dog is gonna charge to here.
Lanky panky.
11 is a miss. Bear, it's your turn.
I like do a quick like back glance at Weave and be like, I'm sorry, I gotta. These dogs are gonna die. I'm gonna 5 foot forward. How bad does this guy look?
It's hard to tell because he's so like he's got a lot of birth defects.
Okay.
He didn't look good to begin with.
Like it's hard. I'm look. No offense. It's just it's hard to tell. There's veins where there shouldn't be veins. There's weird little nodules sticking out of places that there shouldn't be nodules. It's hard to tell.
All right. I will do the good old attacks.
But he is crying. Uh, 19 is a hit for 26. Okay. 25. No, that's haste. You're not hasted.
I am.
Oh, you're hasted?
I have
How
boots
did
of
you get
haste.
haste?
Oh, then you murder this guy.
Oh my
He's
god.
He's dead. He's down.
Yeah.
He's out.
Cleaving finish is gonna go off.
Yeah.
This dog right here, the one next
Yep.
to me.
Yup.
Only the first attack.
Yup. That dog's dead.
All right. Let me double check if cleaving finishes keeps going.
Oh, yeah, it keeps going.
All right. I know you can only make 1 attack per round with this feat.
Oh, all right. I thought I kept going. It's amazing. Yeah, you kill the dog, and the other dogs, candidly speaking, start yipping, and then all bolt. They just bolt. They just bolt back towards kind of the north. They appear to be likely returning home. And that, my friends, was a very quick fight. You killed that guy with great murderous intent. And, yeah. Good job. I don't know what
Quick
else to say.
consensus: do we want to stop the dogs?
Eh?
Sumi can catch the dogs, almost certainly. And it didn't seem like they were too hard. Do we want to stop the dogs getting back, or do we not care?
I don't really care.
Okay.
They didn't seem too loyal to the guy.
Yeah, but they're going back there, and we're going there, so they're probably going to show up again.
And if they show up again, we've already learned that they're not very strong.
Sure.
I will turn off all of my rounds for level effects.
Oh boy. Patal will get up next to Bear and say, if we'd had someone like you at the fort, perhaps it wouldn't have fallen. Well fought.
Oh, stop it.
Where did you train?
On the battlefield?
He chuckles. Best place of any. In the thick of it. Well, glad to have you here.
Tiny little squirrel weave is going to poke out of the saddlebag and be like, how many... How many warriors were at the fort when it fell?
Roughly 50.
Oh yeah. Pokes back in. Gone.
He
Does
says,
anyone here speak squirrel?
I remember now
I mean,
where we
I am
are.
currently a squirrel.
I remember now where we are. The Grolls, they are the farmstead. The homestead, as it were, is just up over the hill there. If we move quickly, we should be able to, well, get there?
I imagine we can just follow the dog tracks.
More than likely, yes. More than likely, yes.
I come out from behind a tree over there and walk up and be like, "Oh, you guys killed somebody? There,
Look, the
that
brown
shit-
stuff.
that brown stuff back there. I swear I thought it was like some kind of animal shit, but I think it's like humanoid. Oh,
Okay.
hey, there's a guy here. Is he dead?
Yes. Welcome to now. I'm gonna. Does he have any loot on him?
Yes, he has a +1 spear.
Who
+1 spear.
how long has this guy been dead? A couple days?
2 seconds.
You're
I'm a
pretty
doctor.
sure. You're pretty sure he's been dead for like weeks. Is what it looks like.
Oh, wait.
I deduce that that is incorrect.
Is there a different body? A different dead body? that I'm not
No,
seeing?
there's the cat who's still stuck in a snare. You want to release him?
Oh yeah, I would release the cat.
All right.
I mean, are you a doctor?
I'm
That,
a
yeah,
cleric.
exactly.
He could be.
That doesn't count.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Boom. 19 on the die.
You know what? You just killed him. You were almost convinced that maybe you hadn't, but no, you remember. You just killed him. That's true. The battle rage flows away from you. It's a good thing. So Patal mentions that, through the woods here, and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and then there's a small clearing where the Grolls have taken over an old farmstead or an old barn and building and turned it into their and he grimaces. He says, "Love den." Ugh, disgusting. They're a bunch of they're like hillbillies. They're inbred hillbillies, is what the Ogrekin are. It's horrible. What's the Deliverance? It's that style. Yeah. You would hear that at some point as you walk in. But yeah, how would you guys like to proceed?
I imagine Sumi is talking with the cougar, and they're just having like a cat.
The cougar
session.
says that her, not owner, but her ally is still alive and is trapped in a barn with something with too many legs, he says. He doesn't know what it was, but he describes it as having too many legs.
I will relay the third-hand information to the party.
Okay. Do you guys care if we give Patel the spear for now?
Oh, I mean, it's useless for me.
He'll take it.
Doesn't he prefer bows?
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
mean,
Nice to
it's-
have a melee weapon, too,
Yeah.
just in case.
Especially for just attacks of opportunity or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right.
I don't random question. Does he have a holy symbol on his neck?
You know what? He does.
Aristo?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Boring.
Deadeye?
No one's a Gormite out here.
No, bro.
Nope.
It's foresty people.
I was led to believe that the Ashwoods were filled with worshippers of old Deadeye.
I'm gonna find one Gormite, and it's gonna be an enemy, and I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, come on."
Well, I mean, that's exactly what Gorm would teach you, to be the strongest, as it were.
Well, yeah, it's Highlander. That's how it works. There can only be one.
Be only one Gormite here. You shall slay them with wild abandon, as it were. So, unless you guys have any other conversations you'd like to have with each other or with Patal, the next step
There's
would
something
be
with
to move on.
Too many legs. They're being guarded, so they're still alive. What do you think too many legs could mean?
Inbreeding.
It could just be some sort of weird mutated ogre.
It's true.
Clearly, that's possible.
It's possible.
My mind immediately goes to spiders, but that's just because I had bad experiences with spiders. But that's a completely different story.
It's true.
It'd be like
Flashback.
this disgusting human person that's got extra arms and legs.
Yeah,
I haven't seen everything.
that's the fun of it when you see new things.
Sure.
All right, well, you guys ready?
Weave side adventures in the Underdark. Meeting Driders. Step-by-step guide.
One time.
I'm
at
just
Drider Camp.
walking.
I
So
can't
is-
do any more hide from animals. Is there anything else that anyone else want to use something potentially that might help us here as we approach?
By chance, got any of them bark skins?
I have a box skin. Does that even help you with how much?
Yeah.
Ink. All right, I'll cast a bark skin on you.
Yeah. What's that, +3 now?
What am I up to here?
Your 8th guys level.
This enchantment bonus +1 for every 3 caster levels above 3rd. So
Oh, above 3rd. So +2.
no, it grants a +2 by default.
Or +3,
So
yeah.
so +3. Although, what level are we?
8th.
8.
You want to place magic and make it 4?
I will place magic. I'll place magic and make it a +4. Congratulations.
Aw. Thanks. Love you. Best druid.
All armor all the time.
Oh boy. So as
Little
you,
squirrel paw reaches out, touches your hand.
it's beautiful, actually. Dare I say, absolutely beautiful. But as you all continue to move on, eventually you come to this area of the woods where it seems like the very trees are sick, and you do hear, because it's funny, you hear dun 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 coming from somewhere inside of this small clearing. And you hear some additional, like, "Oh, hi there, Crowfoot. No, I'm not Crowfoot. You're Crowfoot." And you just hear lots of different random grunts and squeals and joking. And you hear, you shouldn't have come to these parts. That's right. Just real weird, lots of voices. You also hear some screaming. That sounds like maybe someone being tortured or poked and prodded. But we are going to pivot you guys over to the Grawl Homestead. The Grawl Homestead. Dun, dun, dun. And also, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Keen Maps for providing me with these awesome maps for today's adventure. I really appreciate it, man. You do great work. You should check him out. His Patreon's down at the bottom. # sponsorship. All right, there you go. But you guys, I'm going to drag you onto the map here real quick. We are going to give you a chance to kind of perception and see what the heck's going on here.
And up from the ground came a bubbling crude.
I know, Luna, you're a kitty.
Perception checks.
You're such a kitty.
Perception.
Yeah. You hear some barking, and you hear two voices that sound very similar, but have a small distinctness to them. One of them's like, "Hoo, yeah, that's right." The other one's like, "Hoo, yeah, that's right." One's slightly higher tone, one's a slightly lower tone, as they are discussing with each other. And yeah, let me paste you guys down to the bottom here. Here you are. Look at you beautiful people. All right, and you hear two ogrekin that appear to be arguing with one another.
Where are they?
Oh, they are off in these hedgerows. You can just ever so slightly make them out. You can see their heads bobbing. And each of them is even more horrific than the last.
Oh,
Yeah. And they look to be twins? And they're arguing with a couple of dogs that bark at them and then run off northward away from them. And they go, them says ruckus dogs. I think this is them ruckus dogs. This is ruckus. Where'd they go? I don't know. Me crow food, you crow food. What do you use? O's? Do's, and do's. We should go find them, shouldn't we? And they're just like arguing back and forth about what they should do.
Tatsumi, bull strength.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stealth.
The barn.
I have bad memories of hedge mazes.
The barn. Off to the right. I think that's where they're being held. I remember that place. I remember now being dragged into it, and it was from there that I escaped.
I have I have a funny idea that might backfire, but if it works, it's the best plan. It's the funniest ever.
This is every one of your plans.
It's
They're
literally every one of your plans.
maybe not charge straight ahead
no.
this time.
This can be completely different.
I'm gonna charge in a circle.
I'm gonna do my wand of magic armor right now because bear sounds crazy.
All right. And from
So
where
I'll
you're
get
at,
my armor
Osmeriting,
class up.
you can hear the two ogrekin. You can hear Crowfoot and Crowfoot. One is Crowfoot, F-O-O-T. One is Crowfoot, F-U-U-T. So it's Crowfoot and Crowfoot, and it's very subtle differences. But you hear them starting to march their way around the hedgerows towards where the rest of your party is positioned.
I'll turn around and look at everybody and go, scatter,
I'm gonna start walking towards them.
scatter. And I'm looking at Bear going, Bear, what part of scatter did you not see? Did you? Okay.
I'm gonna get to like right here as I come around the corner. Oh, hey, Crowfoot and Crowfoot.
And the two ogrekin look at each other and be like, "Ah!" And they charge you. Yep, they charge you. They charge
What?
you instantaneously.
Come on!
Instant
I was
fucking taneously. They don't know you. They don't want to know you. They want to kill
But
you.
he's a bugbear.
And they start squealing and hooting and hollering. And yeah, we're gonna roll initiative and drop into some combat because that's where we're at.
I was playing off the fact that one.
The
ogre's like,
last ogre was like, "We're friends. We
He-
same side."
He was the dumb one of the group, and let me tell you, that's
What?
not saying much.
It's called setting you up for failure.
Oh yeah,
It was. If that listen, if that.
There's
plan
been a lot
worked,
of that
it
from
would've
Wolf
been great.
today.
Wolf's feeling a little sassy. That's all I can say. But they are gonna surprise you because I think you didn't expect them to charge, so they're
Wow.
gonna both charge you.
Wow. Wow.
You've got a new. Oh, Kib is ready to go. Kib is like super ready to go. All right, so the Crowfoots.
He's been like pulling the bow.
This one's gonna move
between-
over and is gonna attempt to attack you with an ogre hook, which is literally, it looks like a small scythe that you might shuck. Was it not shuck? Like cut grass with, scythe grass with, I guess is the technical term. But it is a handle with a small kind of like blade and then a huge curved blade. So it's literally all blade, and they just hack at it like that. It's meant to hook their enemy and probably drag them into the ground. It's kind of horrible, dare I say. But he's going to charge you with it. He is going to roll some attack. And we're going to see if he hits. That is a 28. It's
The
28.
miss is because of bark skin.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. So he misses. The other
Thanks,
one
Weave.
is going to
Yep.
position himself around behind you and is going to roll for an attack as well. He's getting some bonuses. They appear to be working together. Like the other one, maybe his job was to
It's some
distract
sort
you.
of feat, or
I don't know, maybe. It seems interesting. He's probably still going to miss,
something.
but it's possible. That's not a miss. That is an 18, which is actually a possible crit. Because they have some extra feats.
Probable crit.
24 does not confirm. Does not confirm. Does not confirm.
Whew.
So, you only take... Plus...
Excuse me. Sorry.
You don't have, like, Uncanny Dodge or anything, do you?
No.
Alright, they're getting some sneak attack in on you then. So you take 32 points of damage.
They have
As the first
sneak
one
attack?
zips around you, swings. You manage to step back, but you step back into the other one's moving around going, you disrupt him, Crowfoot, may go for kill. And then he hooks you right into the side with this. And as he does so, he grabs it with both hands and tries to drag you to the ground in an attempt to trip you with this. What is your CMD?
Lower than my AC somehow.
Yikes. It's probably not. That's probably not good
Nope.
enough. So the ogre hook just like tears at your flesh and he tears it out of you. That's where that huge amount of damage comes from. And yeah, he just looks real happy with himself. So now we're at the top of the round, where Kib is going to bolt around the hedgerows towards the direction of the barn. She is just off running. Weave, you're up next.
Man, I didn't really want to do this, but I will. I'm going to reach my little squirrel paw out of the pack and touch Sumi and give her strong jaw. So all of her attacks become insane. Her like fangs are like that of saber-toothed cats, and her claws are like it almost looks like it's painful. Like it's a painful transformation to
Yeah.
be this decked. And then she goes immediately after. And
love
so
it.
she's just gonna run in, pounce.
Yeah.
Straight like this. And she's going, since she's totally pouncing, shred.
Oh man.
Wow.
Miss. Hit. So that
right.
is so 14 and 12. Yeah.
No bleed.
You hit him. Oh, bad kitty, stupid kitty. We kill you next. And he seems pretty happy about that, though. Seems pretty happy. Not very happy about it, actually. Excuse me for misspeaking. But Patal is going to scream at the cat. Kib. He's like, Kibs, no! Shit! And he's going to 5 foot to here, and he's going to take a pot shot at the one that Sumi attacked. Let's see if he can hit. 22's a hit. Rapid shot, baby. 23. Let's go.
He's been stretching that bow, man. He's been loosening it up.
4 plus. So he is going to deal 6 and 8 damage to this guy. Not bad. Not
Man,
bad.
he
2
had no
arrows
strength.
pelt into him, and he says, "Kibbs, I think he's moving towards the barn. He may still be alive." And Crowfoot Grawl is now going to have his regular turn.
Hey, isn't that Crowfoots?
That is Crowfoot Grawl, not Crowfoot Grawl. It's Crowfoot Grawl. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate you. But he is going to try to
Football.
swing into you. He's going to try to swing into you. They are both, again, working in unison during these attacks. So he's going to swing once.
Got that outflankedness.
First attack is 34. That is a
Yeah.
hit. He will deal to you 25 damage. He's then going to swing again. Let's see, plus 12, 13. Okay. 31 is another hit. Jesus. That's on 34 damage. And with that second attack, he's going to attempt to drag you to the ground. So 20 to it.
Nope.
All right. Dr. Darkvale Verdon, your friend Bear is getting super messed up by these two Ogrekin. Super
Sure.
messed
I feel like
up.
I've seen this somewhere before.
Remember, how many characters have I killed of yours, Bear?
4.
About to be 5.
You know what? 5's my favorite number, so. Hard
I'll stop
yikes.
charging in.
Hard yikes. I don't want to kill you.
Have either of these guys been damaged? No, right?
Yes. The one next to Sumi has 2 arrows sticking out of him and 2 hook claws into both of his legs. He doesn't seem to care.
Okay. So he doesn't look like he's doing too bad.
He's not doing too bad. He's not doing great. He's not doing too bad.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now let's move in closer. Moving like right there.
I like it.
Joffrey is going to use dexterity mutagen.
The
That'll work for
weird
next.
bulbous form that is Joffrey sticks out from your shoulder and just lightly caresses the right side of your face to do the magic, the alchemy to your face. He's just like,
That sounds like.
No.
yeah.
Drink,
Tal's like, what the fuck? What is that? What is that?
Drink-
What is that?
yes, drink for both of us.
Yeah.
So
Joffrey like caresses your chin and like rubs your throat to make sure it all goes down. Just like it's real awkward this time. It's never not awkward, but this time is especially weird.
he will do the dexterity mutagen. So
I love
that is it for his turn, and then I will. Man, let's see. I wonder if there was any way I could get over there to a little bit more to the left. How many spaces did I move forward?
I
5,
believe
10,
15.
20, 15. All right, so let's
He's got another
do
15 feet of movement.
25. Oh, 20, 25, 30. If I go over here, I'm trying not to throw through the cat. But
Yeah,
right there,
that is good. You can get to him without throwing through the kitty cat. That's basically a direct line to him. Good with
I'm
it.
going to throw a bomb and then use my extra attack on that to.
You
do a
moved
second
more
one.
than 5 feet, so you can't.
Why's that?
You only
Because
get
I
one
attack
attack.
action.
This isn't D&D 5e. Calm down.
Man.
This isn't the far
All right, so I
weaker
still have to
system.
learn all that.
Jester. Oh man.
So the extra attack is part of
A
all
full
right, yeah,
attack action.
full attack. Okay. So all right. Well, then I need to learn how my character works. But all right, then what is it? Is it
You
Just
can
make a
single
standard attack. Like you've done
That's
countless times, Cord. I love you.
I know, but all this stuff.
This is
came
why
in
you're
on
the
this
server
turn, but-
dad. You're gonna get your own role here pretty soon. Server dad.
Two weapon fighting. Does two weapon
Only
fighting
if you
take-
make a full
is a
attack
full
action.
attack action?
Correct. Yes.
And same thing with rapid shot is all
Yeah.
correct. Absolutely correct.
Okay.
That's part of a full round attack.
Okay. All right. That is fine then.
I
All right,
love you,
so I'll
Cord.
throw
You're
it
so
that-
tired. I gotta give Cord a little. Give Cord a little bit of leeway here. He did just fly back from Hawaii this morning, so I think you traveled for what, like 24 hours? Like, God bless
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
All right, so single attack at that guy then.
Okay.
We'll use the ice.
I love it. I love it. Let's do
All right,
it. Let's
so
do it up.
there.
Nice. Wow.
34 to hit.
Nice. Nice.
21 points of damage.
Yeah, that will
Yeah.
hit and deal him a considerable amount of damage. He's not too
Um,
happy about it.
Not hitting the other two with my precise bombs, and then
Does he need a fort
cold
save?
reflex save for stagger. He needs a
Ooh, what's the
reflex of
DC?
20.
20? He might fail. He might
That's
fail.
fortitude for the frost bombs.
This might fail.
No, wait. No, sorry. Reflex for half. You're right. Yeah, fortitude for the stagger for the.
All right.
The frost.
Well, he's gonna
You're right.
roll his reflex, which is a
No,
25.
fortitude.
All right. Well, then I'll just take that 25 because his reflex and his fort are the same. So
Okay.
he's not
good.
staggered, which is good.
Yeah,
But he
my turn's
turns. He's got this huge tumor on the side of his head, and there's an eye that sticks out to the side. It's like the one eye on his left is looking at Bear. The eye on the right is looking at you, and it like narrows its eyebrow. It looks angry. So he's locked onto you, Durden. He doesn't like you.
He's a Triclops.
But this guy here, seeing his brother get hit, he's gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a D100 here because.
To see if we kill Bear.
So he's like, no, nobody attack Crowfoot, only attack Crowfoot. And then he is gonna break from there, and he's gonna actually charge towards Durden, provoking an attack of opportunity, both from Bear as well as Sumi.
He's
Bear,
gonna
you're gonna
go
miss.
For
Even with
Omega
charge
Paw
AC?
Swipe.
You're gonna miss. And
Yeah.
Sumi's gonna miss as well. And he's gonna get up next to Dr. Durden, and he's gonna try to hook him. Which is this. That is a pot. That is. Ooh, that's bad. That's not good. That's not
Who
good.
expected the mini boss to wipe the party?
Does a 20? I think 21 gets you because you have a 17 AC.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is gonna suck for you. Plus. All right.
I'm guessing, like,
Apologies in advance. 58 damage.
I'm still
Ow.
alive.
Times 3 weapon. Yeah.
So
I'm still
are we
alive.
What is your CMD?
My CMD under defense is where is that? 18.
And he drags you to the ground. You are now prone on the ground in front of him. And you are considered
Oh.
grappled.
And
That ain't not good.
That's not good.
okay.
Oh. All right, so you have 6 HP, and it looks at that. That's just it's a moment in time that happens. But the good news is it's Merding's turn, who tactically, I believe you hid yourself in the hedgerows,
Yep.
and you now have
Shocking grass.
a full
bitches.
field to do as you see fit.
Shocking graphs onto that one.
And you have the reach. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have the reach meta magic
Beautiful.
one.
So you touch and you watch as this kind of floating hand of electricity flies out, hits the ground, seems to like It's like a little hand, like, what's the hand from the Addams Family? It's kind of like that. It, like, skitters along the ground, looks left, looks right, and then jumps up and just, like, grabs onto his, like, right above his butt. Like that, like the backside of his spine, like the
Where the spine
tailbone.
is.
And you see the electricity spark up his back. Yeah. Roll, that is, what, 24 damage? Yeah,
Yep.
he screams. And he has no idea where that came from.
Nope.
Not a fucking clue. And you know what? Make another stealth check, just to make sure you maintain your stealth. These guys
I
are
really need
really
to.
good at perception, by the way. It's like their best stat. Let me just give him a perception check here, see if he finds you. He has no idea where you are. He goes, ow! Ow! Shocking
guys are
bugs!
really
Shocking
good."
bugs! Shocking bugs. He doesn't like it. But Bear, you are up next.
All right, I'm gonna turn on haste and rage.
Oh boy.
Is that my arm on the ground? Oh no. Well, anyways.
Rain is for the weak. I will use that buff for the entire attack. And you know what?
I'm pretty sure you're gonna kill this guy. Pretty sure this is the end of Crowfoot. Crowfoot.
I will call upon Gorm's energy to give the boop snoop.
Boop Snoop. I like it. Boopin' Snoopins. Yeah! Yeah, that's, that first attack's gonna do it. So you bring your flaming greatsword down as Crowfoot looks over and says, "No, brother, we fight together!" And then you're just... and you hack off the bulbous tumor part of his face. And then you see a little bit of brain matter kind of just, like, pulse for a second as his heart pumps a little blood into his brain. And then he just collapses to the ground, super dead.
Alright, since I only use one attack, can I still do a move?
Absolutely. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Oh, this isn't D&D.
I'm gonna Homer Simpson into the hedge maze out of sight.
Yeah. Not a bad idea. Crowfoot doesn't seem to know his brother's dead. So that's probably a good thing at this point.
And that's it for me.
Kib, you actually would see Kib move around and start aggressively pawing at the barn doors. Like, you know, have you ever seen a cat? Like, you, like, put it in a room and it doesn't want to be in the room. It's just like, does one of those on the door to try to open it. That's what this cat is doing. And he's growling and meowing. Very, like, he's super stressed. He's very aggressively meowing. Weave, you are inside of Sumi's pouch and you are a squirrel.
I was gonna heal Bear, but he's very far away and in some hedges now.
You could heal. You could heal Durden.
He's on the ground.
No,
he's
I
prone.
can't.
He's in a bad spot. It's a really bad spot.
I'd have to delay my turn. And do I get flanking with Dr. Durden? Like, would Sumi get flanking here on the next
No.
turn with Dr. Durden, or does that
No.
not count?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he has a weapon in his hand. That's the problem. Durden does not carry a knife in one hand. He just throws bombs.
Does Durden have claws as a tiefling?
Not in this form.
Okay. I will delay my turn 0.5 of a second.
Sumi goes.
and let Sumi go first. I'll do some little love taps to Sumi that Sumi understands and have her maneuver in such a way as to not provoke attacks of opportunity, but
I love
also
it.
get us next to Durden.
I love it. Do it up. Do it up, baby. Do it
And
up.
then Sumi's gonna go for just a little Omega Paw swipe because we did all that, so we don't get a rip and tear. But
Swing and a miss.
that doesn't hit.
Swing and a miss.
But it's now my turn, and I will use my place magic. Gotta get that checked. Where are you? Place magic, check.
Roll a casserole
And I
check.
will to heal. Oh God, do these? Oh no. Okay. I will use my cure serious wounds here. Includes a caster. No, it doesn't. I'll roll one.
So it would actually have been a concentration check, excuse me. A concentration check, because you are casting a spell in melee. So he would get a chance
Sort
to
of.
attack you.
Okay.
15 plus double the spell level. Concentration.
There.
You are good. So he doesn't notice the tiny squirrel reach out with its little squirrel hands and just be like, "Me." I know it's your normal voice, but I imagine when you're a squirrel, your voice is very squeaky. That is how I see it. It's like, haha, hello, I'm a squirrel, beef squirrel, haha. It's probably
Oh, watch
copyrighted.
out,
I shouldn't
Mickey
do the
Mouse
Mickey
not
voice.
after you.
Yeah, I might get canceled by Disney. All right, and that's brilliant. So how much
23
HP is that
healing
back?
to Durden.
23 healing to Durden. That is helpful.
Which probably actually isn't even that good because you can just get one shot from that.
Well,
so it doesn't even really matter.
Patal's gonna drop his bow, taking the spear from his back, and he bull rushes this guy. He's gonna bull rush this guy. And funny story, he's actually pretty okay at bull rushing. He rolls a 26, which is enough. The Groll's CMD is actually a 26, so he's gonna boot him back 5 feet, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Sumi.
Plus wipe.
That is a hit for 29
Yes.
damage. Absolutely fantastic.
And that's also bleed.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's been so
Alright.
long since I've made someone bleed. It's like the whole character's around bleeding
Screwfoot's
and no
dead.
one's been bleeding.
Dr. Desmond Durden, you can now stand up without provoking an attack of opportunity. And Patal
Huge.
reaches down, actually. He took the spear and kind of used the actual shaft, the haft of it, as it were, to slam into the Groll, push him back. And then as he brandishes the spear, he reaches down towards you with his left hand to offer you a hand to get up.
All right.
Huge.
I'll grab it.
The
and
way I'm
I guess
going to
pull
do
myself
that
up.
is you can stand up as a swift action this round.
Okay. What is it normally? Is it
Move action.
Move? Takes your move action to like entire move action to stand
Correct.
up. Man, it's an archaic game.
I mean, you can just stop playing. So, I mean, there you go.
Oh,
You could just let your character die.
alright. But then who would save Bear?
I know, right? Oh my god, why
alright.
why are we being so mean to each other tonight? It's like we haven't played in a couple weeks and we're all just like getting all that like, you know, friendly ribbing that we do. We're just getting it all out at once and it just makes us all seem like we're like just horrible people. I love
All
it.
right.
I got
so-
something for you.
So I am standing. How damaged does that guy look?
This one's actually pretty easy to tell. He looks like he's, you know, he's got the pulse wipe, he's got this horrible wound on his leg that's starting to gush blood. He is...
Bleed.
He doesn't look great. He looks probably last leg right now. Archaic
Alright.
game. Thank you, Axel, for the support. I appreciate you.
All right. So I'll throw some bombs in since I haven't. So that means I still get a full round action,
Yes,
right?
Constantly trying to screw over and kill players. Why are my players playing it so safe? You're not even playing it that safe. I also don't constantly try to kill you. When I want to kill you, I kill you.
Sure. The fact
All
that
right.
Bear has been in single digits every combat ever.
He also tends to rush to the front
yeah.
without
I
any
get it, I
help.
get it.
And also, go fuck yourself, Finance. No, there is.
That's
There's
See-
barely any strategy.
I-
to it.
Jesus Christ. No, we're not getting back there, alright? We're gonna play Rise of the Shackles if you do that again, alright? It's happening. I will take you right back to Magnamar and press gang you onto a pirate ship. Don't you tempt me.
I got the
gauge,
costume.
You do.
I'm the gauge of how hard a combat is when I almost get one shot every time. So you guys know not to try to get into combat or melee.
It
Yeah,
is
that's
true.
right.
That is
Kill him,
actually
Dr.
how I
Desmond.
gauge every combat.
He's the weather gauge. That is a hit for
All right.
quite a bit of damage.
What are we doing?
Desmond
hitting.
hasn't. Is it Desmond's
Yeah.
turn?
That's
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
my
Oh
turn.
no, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
That
throw
was
your
possible.
bombs.
Yeah, well, we keep going back and forth in conversation, so I have
Chuck
I
that
have a
bomb.
full round action now, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay. So if I decide to throw more than one, or do I have to decide like I want to throw this many?
You have
in
to
that
say I'm
turn?
taking a full attack.
Okay.
and then you go one at a time. But
Okay.
you have to apply the penalties.
I'm
but-
fuming.
Yeah, they're already
Kinky.
there. All right. I'm gonna do. I'll do a rapid shot with the extra attack there. So I'm gonna stand up. Yeah, full round action.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a directed blast. So it's just gonna be like a cone as he just shoots out. I'm gonna use ice again.
Okay.
So first one is here.
Well, that's not fair. And that's 26 damage. He doesn't like it.
26 damage.
He looks scared. His one eye that's on the tumor looks like it's crying.
And then
Like greenish
second one.
ooze. Yeah. And with that second blast, he freezes in place, and the tumor like breaks off and falls to the ground, shattering. And then his other arm falls off and shatters, and he is very dead. Very, very, very dead. And with that, sounds of the scratching on the barn door grow louder, and this kind of like noise from the cat, from the cougar, sort of almost like echoes throughout this little clearing. And Patal quickly moves over, picking up his bow, putting his spear on his back. He moves over and he crouches down low next to the barn, but his bow is turned towards the farmhouse, which is off to that left-hand side there.
I want to get in between the wall and this
The box?
box there.
Broken box, yeah, absolutely.
I'll do my stealth check.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Leave.
Do this.
I need healing.
Little squirrel poke.
I want to poke at these guys to see if they have anything worth stealing.
I don't know if we have time to leave
So
right now.
you can poke their bodies. You find 2 +1 ogre hooks, 2 +1 rings of protection, and 2 amulets of natural armor, plus 4 potions of cure serious wounds.
Wait, what was the name of the natural armor?
+1.
Plus one.
Okay.
They also both have a pair of tattered rags and tunics, worth exactly half of 1 copper.
Each?
Oh yeah.
Can you put that in the chat, or I didn't catch all that. I don't know. Obviously, we're not going to use that stuff, but I guess we'll take it.
Could absolutely put that in the chat for you. That is why I'm here. Boomski.
Thank you.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm entering that into our party loot as you
Okay.
guys continue doing whatever.
Sounds good. I'm gonna attempt to heal myself on the way over there.
Not a terrible idea. Osmeriting, as you kind of dip behind and you kind of squeeze behind this box, you're able to move it slightly. Give us a perception check if you would, Osmeriting. I want to see if you can hear some of the commotion perhaps from inside. It's not a very high DC. That's good enough. You hear a number of voices from inside. It sounds like a lot of oh yeah, hello, mommy, 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 over here, look what I can do. It's like a whole family of these ogrekin inside, and from what sounds like it's coming maybe below, there might be a basement. You can hear noises coming from above. There's likely a second story, a second floor. There's the primary floor where you hear the majority of the commotion, but you also hear this, that's right, mommy's go here for you. Me, mommy,
No.
me gonna take care of you, Zos. That's right, come on in. And it sounds real messed up from inside there. Real, like there's some weird hillbilly backwood mountains shit going on. It's not good. Nope, no more music. Just strange sloshing noises. I don't know, man. It's not good.
Oh,
Yeah,
ew.
it's gross.
I don't like the word sloshing.
Nah, it's why I used it. You're welcome.
I'm going. So is this inside the barn
This is
or
inside the farmhouse,
Okay.
which I use the term farmhouse loosely.
All right.
Is
From in
door
the
next-
barn, though, you hear some coughing, and you hear someone saying quietly, as though they are very wounded, very hurt. You hear them saying, "Please, help me. Someone, help me."
I'll open the door, I guess, since I'm the only one at the door with the hands.
Oh boy.
Hey, are
Bolt
we-
the cat's clawing.
Are we all healed before we go in there? I need healing.
I had to drink a potion just so I didn't do anything loud.
Drink one of those potions you got.
Yeah.
Those serious wounds
Yeah.
potions. Or 2.
So the
Um,
barn houses several mounds of molding hay, grain stores, and an even large but crude still. 2
I'll be right back, one
catwalks
second, sorry.
rise up along the walls, leading to the doors near the ceiling in the east wall. A lower pair of massive doors, boarded over with thick timbers, allows ground access to the room beyond. Several dingy kennels are built into the walls under the catwalks. This looks to be where the dogs were housed.
Is there anyone in there?
No one. No one inside.
I guess I'll go in first.
Okay.
Get pelted by arrows, die
Cool.
instantly.
Give me a perception check.
You could also ask me to come over.
You're our lookout.
All right, let me double check something here. All right.
In all my days, I didn't expect a
All
a
right.
stealthy ogre.
So you step in, and as you step in, it is a little bit too late. You see these. There was like a small little tripwire at the base. You hit it, and a scythe comes slashing down towards you. What is your flat-footed AC?
Really high.
Probably
currently
Ogre
at
doesn't crit.
28.
Yeah, 28. All right, it's probably not going to hit you, but I'm going to use you to make the attack. So, wow. Okay, it hit. Jesus.
Did it crit?
No, there's no crit.
If
range
it's
on
a
this.
sight,
There's no
well,
crit range on this.
okay.
So that will hit. Excuse me. I was mistaken. It is not a scythe. It is actually a war razor that does this attack. So it's like a giant bladed razor. It slashes down towards you, to chop your face off. And that is a potential crit. But I doubt it will confirm. Does not confirm. But this will be...
Honestly, you had to say something.
Okay, that is it. So it's not a lot of damage. 12. But as it slices the side of your face, you feel this burning, stinging sensation. Go ahead and roll a fortitude save, please. You're pretty sure that was poisoned. Yikes. Yikes. As it strikes into the side of your head, you feel this, horrific burning, and you instantaneously take... 5 strength damage and 2 dex damage. And I need you to roll me another save, unless someone uses neutralize poison.
I was gonna drink antitoxin.
I would recommend it right away. You
I
can
have it in
reach
my
down,
inventory.
you can drink it, and you can... I believe that gives you a bonus?
Yeah, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's a +5 to any current poison.
I have some here. Antitoxin.
Pretty sure that is a
You
plus
get
5 chemical bonus. Yep.
For an
save.
hour.
So you can knock that back and then make that fortitude save again.
I add 5 to it.
You're good. You're good. You don't take any additional strength or dex damage. But as you kind of drink the toxin, you can smell this. Dr. Dirt, you can smell the poison. Give me a craft alchemy check. I want to see if you recognize what this is.
Skills. Craft alchemy. Where's that? All, I guess. Right, there we go. 26.
You smell this? You've smelt this venom before? This is ogre spider venom.
Who called it?
Too many legs. Too many legs.
I guess I get closer and I say, that smells like spider venom, something big.
So do I get a
Something-
strength
something-
rating?
Something like
Scrolweave
real big.
hides deeper in the saddlebag.
Sure you want to go in there?
I'm gonna start casting a spell. Do I get attacked in 3 rounds?
Do you what? Get attacked
I-
within 3 rounds? No, you don't get attacked.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
It's a good plan. I recommend it.
Is it a D4 plus 1 for Lesser Restoration, or is it just a D4?
I think it's just a D4.
I picked up that spell too. That's the one that takes 100. That's why I was asking for Diamond Dust. It costs
Restoration does. Lesser doesn't.
lesser restoration doesn't.
No.
Oh, what's the difference on those spells then?
Lesser is lesser only heals your ability score damage.
Oh, okay.
And
Ability
it's a
damage.
D4.
Here, can you unhook that dagger and put it in my saddlebag?
And eliminates any fatigue,
Okay.
I love
exhaustion.
Alright.
it. So good.
Do I see this guy in here that was crying out?
No, he is. It seems to be on the other side of those doors. Probably where the ogre spider is.
Hey, us!
Yeah.
What, you need me? Okay, I come in.
Probably where the ogre spider is. Yeah.
Okay, perception.
Yep, you hear. You don't need to roll for this. If you get close enough, you can hear, too many legs moving. You just hear it.
Where,
I'm gonna-
where do I hear it from?
It's from the other side of the door, like just beyond these double
Okay.
doors right here. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be looking.
Too many legs.
All right, what was all this up here?
So these are walkways to the left and right. There is a board, like this double doors here are boarded up, like they had blocked it off, and the only way in to the beyond, to the next chamber, as it were, is through the doors on the walkway up the top. It's almost like they built a cage for this thing, is the impression you're getting.
All right,
But
well,
the kitty
don't-
cat is at those double doors, scritching and scratching.
Well, I'm going to do something else now that you haven't seen.
TPK,
do.
thank you for the sub symbol. I appreciate you. You're a good man.
Osmeriting is going to cast a new spell
Yeah.
called Vanish.
Ooh, he goes invisible.
And Osmeriting disappears,
Beautiful, beautiful. I like it.
and all of a sudden you see the door. I push the door.
I'm
Beautiful.
gonna cast 2 spells on myself as well. Just to
The door
throw that out
opens
there.
in the center of this horrific. You hear too many legs moving is officially the most skin-crawling description I've ever heard. Thank you, Axel, and you're welcome. But you see, hidden in a tangle of webs that some look fresh, some look to have been there for a while. Imagine cobwebs on cocaine. It's just cobwebs everywhere. And in the center of it, you can see it. Osmeriting, you see this massive, huge, bug-eyed spider. It is horrific. It is the size of an elephant. It is just like kind of crouched in the center of this tangle of cobwebs and fresh webs. And its legs have these spindly joints, and its face looks vaguely but disturbingly humanoid. Like it almost looks like a human face with like mandibles. It's real messed up, but it doesn't see you because you're invisible. So that's good for it. Or you, actually. Not good for it, bad for it. Good for you. But on the other side, in cages, you see 3 individuals. You see a red-haired gentleman. He's like low. He looks to likely be poisoned. You see this man with an eye patch over his face and black hair. And then you see a bowl-setted, dark-skinned individual. Who they're all just like crouched down low. Likely, based on your just quick view of them, they're probably suffering from the ogre spider's venom.
All right. Well, I'm going to. Well, I'm going to look down, and forget that. Oh yeah, I'm invisible. I'm going to call out.
At the same time,
There's
Sumi
a
was
lot
looking
of
at her.
there's a lot of webbing. If you can get through that door, be ready to fight. Otherwise, you need to come up here, and then I pull out before
Inside! Are they in there? Patel calls out.
my.
like
Yes.
to- Can I sneak up towards
Yeah, you can get
where,
up here.
where you're at?
Just going to bump into me.
Mhm.
And
All right.
I'm going to throw an alchemist fire at
Okay.
the spider. I don't know if I should, but that's what I'm going to do.
All right. So this is an interesting moment where you don't see it at first, but then you all see a vial of alchemist fire go flying towards the center of the chamber. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but spiderwebs, cobwebs,
Yeah, I know they go up.
very, very flammable. As the alchemist fire, I'm going to have you roll the range touch attack. Range attack. You'll probably hit it. Its touch AC is very small. It's an AC 10. AC 10. So as the alchemist fire strikes the spider, it bursts into flames, wreathing and covering the spider. You hear this simultaneously. The entire back room, as though you are lighting what is it, cordite that you light and it like burns really fast.
Powder keg
goes up like a powder keg. Just flames just wreathe up. The spider itself, you see all of those legs spinning and rocking and burning and just freaking out, shouting and screaming. Roll me 20d6, please.
You're kidding me.
No.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a downside to this, and I think I know what it is.
All right. The ogre spider bursts into flames, twitching, and dies in the flames. Downside. You have 2 rounds before it consumes the entire back room. The men in the cages are standing up. The flames are licking up at the floorboards where the cages are held. And you need to figure out how to get them the fuck out of there before they fall into that same fire.
Oh my god.
Patal kind of steps back as the door he was by bursts forth, flames licking up. The catwalk on his side crumbles. And he goes, "What the fuck were you thinking? Oh gods! You killed them!" And we're going to drop into initiative, but this is the initiative of let's try to save the black arrows that you might just kill by accident.
I do have a perfect spell that will solve this immediately.
I am very excited to hear about that because, oh gods, this could be bad. We're going to roll initiative because I want to see who goes first. And we're not dropping into combat, but I am going to play some combat music because I think it's funny. Because this is the combat for Save the Potential Allies. This is the Save the Potential Allies. Let me draw up a little bit of, you know what? I think this is, we're going to go with Infraction Battlefield. All right.
Sorry?
The race to save them. Osmeridan, you reappear. What is the expression on your face?
Just utter... Oh, shit.
Fuck.
I'll probably get blown back by the flame.
You know what you do?
Force.
Slightly get blown back by those flames.
Bump right into...
And let me just describe to you. Let me just show you what it looks like. There it is. And then there's just a burning hell pit behind this, in this area. And it did block off this path to the left, but there's still a path on the right that would allow you access to them. So first up in the initiative is Weave. Weave, you can feel the heat from behind. The door in front of you is like starting to smoke.
You got a plan for this, right, Bear?
Yep.
Then so do I. What I want to do, hero point.
I love it.
Spending a hero point.
Okay.
I want to ride Sumi into battle. I want Sumi to bust down these doors, charge through the fire, and I want to cast, as I'm moving here, I want to cast, like riding in the saddlebags, I want to cast, what is it? Resist Energy Communal?
Okay.
Resist Energy Communal, fire, on all the people I'm passing, including the cat and bear.
Okay.
And I'm going to ride alongside these 3 guys and get on all of them. And
so
then
you want to run through the fire.
Through the fire.
Okay. You understand what that might entail.
I mean, like, Sumi, hero point, Sumi kind of dodging through the fire, also elemental earth cat. But yes, I understand that it's dangerous.
So you're using the hero point to what? What is your specific use of the hero point? Are you making a narrative declaration?
Describe a narrative to the DM and hope it plays out.
All right. So there are spots that she can move through. Half of the normal damage. You'll take half of the normal damage, which, if you'll recall back, the amount of damage I rolled is 20d6, because it is a literal inferno. You will only be taking 10d6 fire. 10d6 fire. So you are able to run through the fire and get up to the platform where these guys are. You can do that.
Is this a raised platform as it has?
Yeah,
or is it down the
so
floor?
there is a raised platform, but there's a ladder on the other side that is on fire, but that you can get up before it collapses.
Okay.
It's intense.
Sumi Battle Cat going in.
Getting
Everyone's
up there.
going to have communal resist fire, though. So,
Okay. So you're only taking 37 fire damage.
which is reduced heavily, actually.
Good.
By 20,
Okay.
right?
It's down to 20, and then Sumi also has damage reduction, so it goes even further.
Boom. So she
Well, damage.
zips through the fire. That's wild.
And casts it on like everyone as I'm passing through, so we have like this kind of buffer against the
I love it.
firewall,
I love
while Bear giving Bear time to do whatever the heck Bear's gonna do.
Patal is freaking out, trying to like bat back at the fire, but there's really nothing he can do. We're now up to Bear.
I'm gonna like kind of like walk forward and push the cat out of the way
Wow.
as I cast wave form.
Wave form? Okay.
I turn into a wave of frothing water, 15 feet wide and tall. As I move up, I move to here and put out
How was
all
this
the...
prepared?
Because it's a very good combat spell.
All right.
Because you could just push through.
So with this moment of just like wild magic, we watch as Bear transforms into a wave of roaring water, like a tidal wave coming over the shoreline, and there is just this hissing noise as he pushes through the fire. Now the downside, Bear, I am going to have you take some damage as you are being evaporated as this happens. Only half. But you will take a whopping... Wow, I can do math. 10 d6, there it is. 32 reduced down to 12. But you managed to put the fire out. And there's just a crispy spider. And the barn itself is kind of like half crumbled a little bit. There's black marks everywhere. But you have prevented your potential allies from being burned alive. Patal looks over at Osmerding and looks really pissed at him.
I just
Yeah.
go,
That is impromptu combat. Party
Sorry?
versus the party mistake. That's true, Axel. That's absolutely true.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll open the cages.
He's gonna rush around, get over
I'll
to them,
be in-
help them
oh, I guess I
out.
have to come up here.
Yep, and he's gonna. You guys are gonna have a chance to drag them all out into kind of the main area, away from the burn marks, as it were. Let me delete that ogre spider because he is super dead. But you've now gained some potential allies. Before you, you have the last survivors, other than Patal, of the Black Arrows. The last survivors of the Black Arrows. You have Jacadaros, who is a one-eyed ranger of the Black Arrows. You have Vale Temros, who is the African-American looking gentleman, who is a dual wielding kind of axe specialist. And then you also have Caven Windshrike, who is also a dual wielder, but more dexterity based. He usually wields a scimitar or a rapier, and a short sword. They are all suffering from basically all their physical stats, other than Khan, are at 1. They are in a really rough shape. Like, they can barely stand, barely move. They were being prepared to be eaten by the ogre spider. But Jackrados, once he regains consciousness, Patal, is that you? Yes, Jackrados. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I ran off towards town. It's fine. You've returned. We have to retake the fort. Who are these others that are with you? And he looks to everyone else.
I'm Bear. The bugbear.
Yeah, he's okay. He's not a mean creature.
I did
He
just
just
channel
looks
positive
like it.
energy.
Oh, that's good. That helps, but they're still really fucked up.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. That means I'm up to full health.
Uh,
Did they look actually hurt, or is it just the poison?
Strain. They're hurt, but they were also drained, so the HP back is going to help, but they're
Oops.
still like damage. They've got a bunch of physical damage, stat
Okay.
damage. Excuse me.
I have Blitzer Restoration. No, that only works on me. Just kidding.
All right. We're gonna get out of here. I don't care about the other ogres. We did what we came here for.
Maybe I should throw a.
No,
How come a fire at their house?
no.
I would prefer, says Jack Duros. I would prefer if we didn't do that. Our
Alright,
gear
yeah,
and our
let's-
items are inside.
God damn it! Now you give us a reason to stay here.
And he says, I'm sorry. Was it my intention to be captured by Ogrekin,
No,
fed to their pet ogre spider? I don't mean to inconvenience you in this moment.
I killed the spider. You're
Veil.
welcome.
That's pretty
Pipes
fucking
in.
sassy.
Vale pipes in. Chakadoros, they have saved us. Calm yourself. Caven is quiet, the red-haired individual, kind of more like bronzy colored hair, not really red. But he says, yes, and you all have our eternal thanks for saving us. If you could retrieve our items, we'd be very grateful. It would likely assist us in... And he kind of pauses for a moment in this thing, but he says, in what I can only assume is our intent to retake the fort?
seems like that's
Pretty
the
bold.
that's the end goal here. Oh, if it wasn't apparent, we were sent by the mayor of Magnamar.
4 guys and a cat.
We
Off to take a fort.
had thought that he had abandoned us. We had expected perhaps an army to be sent, but 4 individuals and a cat will have to do.
Well,
We got
think-
this far.
yeah,
You did.
a lot of stuff happened in Magnamar recently, so
Well, we'd love to hear all about it after we regain our strength.
we should get you guys out of here first.
Chakaduros
could-
nods his head.
They could start working their way back, and we'll go.
Patal will offer to lead them back to Turtleback, and allow you all to clear out the rest of the Grolls, if you so choose.
Now, is that smart considering that Patel did just tell us not too long ago that there's numerous patrols of the ogres?
Nods his head back and forth. I mean, it is a risk, but I think we should press the advantage now.
We don't have an advantage.
Yes, we do. We've killed the majority of them, and they still don't know we're here.
How do you, I mean, I guess we have the element of surprise, but how do you know we killed most of them? We only killed 2 of them.
Shrugs.
3.
Guessing,
We killed
I
the other
suppose.
2 ogres and then the spider.
But we also killed the one that had the dogs. So killed 3.
Give me a sense motive check on Patel. Something seems off. The fact that he's like pushing you to go inside. Can't really place it.
Hey, Patel.
Yes?
Come here for a second. I see. There's. I want to heal you.
Okay, he's like, I'm not injured. I'm fine.
I'll walk towards him.
Okay, you walk towards him.
Can you show me your left arm?
He shows you his left arm.
Is there a tattoo?
Absolutely.
Hey guys, this Jacardos and the other 2. I forget your name. Sorry. Is he prone to gambling?
Patel looks uncomfortable, and he says, and,
I'm not asking Patel. I'm asking them.
well, he looks uncomfortable. Give me a break here. Okay, all right.
Oh, no, I'm
But
gonna, like, I'm gonna
Vale
make
will
sure-
speak up first. He says he's been known to spend a coin or 2, and Windstrike, Caven, will say a coin or 2. He spends his entire month's salary, but one night at that barge.
Okay. I'm not suspicious anymore. Well, I'm still suspicious, but not of that
Did you
reason.
break his arm like you did the blacksmith? You're a
I didn't
monster.
break his arm. I threatened to break his arm.
You're a monster. You know that.
Patel, what are you hiding?
Sumi, I just want to let you know, Sumi, that you are actually allied with the villains of this story. The Runelord just wants to bring order and a little bit of, maybe a little bit of gold and civilization back
Looking
to Veruza.
more tempting every
Through
day.
mass human sacrifice.
Yeah, you know,
Um,
sacrifices must be made sometimes.
this conversation can continue, but Sumi's out here keeping watch. Is there only one entrance to this building, like this front door here?
No. There is a back entrance over on the back side, right here. There are multiple windows that you can make your way in if you so choose. Most of them are boarded up, but then there is a doorway. There's a main entrance doorway right there. But there also appears to be multiple windows, and there's actually a back porch entrance off to the back side that I'm currently pinging. That's the back entrance. There's two doors. There's two doors and multiple windows, but the windows are boarded up. You would have to like break off the boards, which would make a tremendous amount of noise.
Noted. While they're talking, I'm going to be surrounding this house in spike stones.
Ooh. So as you surround the house in spike stones, the conversation continues. Our final scene of today's session, is Weave and Sumi. Mostly Weave, not your main character Sumi, but Weave, the companion. You know how you have the ability to detect undead?
Yes.
You know how you can like feel their presence? As soon as
and
you
a few
get
other things actually
very close, you feel the presence of what seems like a large number of undead under the ground, likely in the basement of this building.
Okay.
Oh.
And our final scene is going to be a little cinematic as we watch the kind of the camera view zoom down in through a little crack in the foundation, zoom down into a room where we see a massive looking ogrekin sitting on this bed covered in liquids that you don't want to know where they came from. And in front of her, two ogrekin surrounded by a number of zombies and skeletons. And that, my friends, will be the end of session 19 of Rise of the Runelords. Oh, mama.
Oh, boy.
Oh, mama.
Woo!
Oh, Mama Grawl. Mama Grawl, you're going to get to meet her next session. Mama Grawl. She is a delightful individual. Just delightful. You're going to love her. Absolutely love her. But great session, everybody. Absolutely fantastic session. Really glad to be back. I want to let Cord the Destroyer go get some sleep because this guy has been awake for way too long. You look so tired, man, and that is not you just seem tired. I want to let you go and rest, but you will see these wonderful and fine individuals back here next week, same game time, same gameplay. That is 8 p.m. on every Saturday. We're going to get back to some regularly scheduled playing. I believe everyone's good for next weekend. Please don't make me a liar. I would be very sad. All right.
Should be good.
Excellent. So we will be back next weekend for session 20 of Rise of the Runelords. We've done it, gentlemen. We've made it. We've made it to session 20. It's been an absolute delightful ride. We are well into the beginning, first couple pages. Well into the beginning, first couple pages of chapter 3. It's delightful. Absolutely delightful. Super excited. And our commitment, as we've always said, is we're going to finish this shit. Whether it takes us years, centuries even. I'm willing. I'm willing and able. And we're going to be the first group to complete Rise of the Runelords in full. We're going to have a full stream, all 800 sessions up there. All 800 sessions. This is going to be great. But any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we sign off for this evening?
Are the undead allies or surrounding them menacingly?
Oh, no, they're allies. They appear to be doing weird
That would have been
stuff.
like a cool, like,
Yeah.
surprise. Undead were also invading at the same time for some reason.
That'd have been weird, but no, they seem to be allies, so yeah.
Okay.
But with that being said, as I always say, at the end of every session, thank you so much to the players for playing. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. Happy gaming, everybody. We will catch you next week, and next week for many other sessions. Don't forget to check the schedule. But yeah, cheers and good night.